My name is Heather Swain. Philadelphia has always been my home. Life was good until it happened. I'm friends with a cybernetic enhanced human-like frog created to save Earth. Nobody appreciated or understood him, but I did. We were good friends who enjoyed hanging out with a bucket from the chicken fry. Just me, Cyberfrog, and his very large brother, Salamandroid. Until the invasion hit. They rained from the sky. These space invader giant hornets attacked everyone, killing more than could stay alive, and covered the earth with giant blood honey hives. They can't fly near trees, so we hid in the woods, burning endless fires to keep them away, wearing red so they can't see and kill us all. The last time I saw Cyberfrog, he told me he'd track me down. But it's been decades, and there's been no sign of him. Yet I can't shake the feeling he is not gone. I believe he will return again. We need Cyberfrog and his brother Salamandroid to return and fight off these invaders, to take back our wrecked planet so we can live without fear. If you see my friend Cyberfrog, tell him I need him. We need him to save the world. This is Cyberfrog Wrecked Planet. Join the fight.
I've seen a back and forth turn pretty nasty, I'm gonna say.
You look like you've been crying.
You keep spinning things. You're the ones that are sitting around and trying to get a reaction out of me. And then when I stopped giving you reactions, you fabricated falsified stories, falsified emails, acted on my behalf, pretended to be me because they.
Well, the problem is it's more than about you and me, Liam, because you're striking a Lossy, you've struck Nasser, you've
and
struck
I will
Smiller.
strike anyone who continues to steal my content. All you do is sit around and play.
All fun. Do you wanna have fun? I said, but one. You should start running Papa, little tyrant. And you love to watch him tell lies over. So we'll be very mad and eat that. He will go as a heart, I said, oh man. That's a wait for his life when you know you're watching him cry. If you try to screaming with a DMCA, they die to turn away the DMCA. Don't try to monetize, he will take copyright, and he'll do it just for the bike. He's back to streaming with a DMCA, they die to turn away the DMCA. He will fill a report, at his previous report, and his home will be swapped by gold.
Already reported me to Nintendo because they don't understand the difference between my property and fucking Golden Sun. They're that retarded. Oh, you didn't know I knew about that, John?
What?
Oh, look at that in your face. Oh, Liam might know more than
Liam, I've never reported your campaign to anybody.
You're fucked, mate. You are fucked. I am going to bury you. I'm going to bury you and all of these parasites that have been trying to destroy my life for years and have been actively preying on the customer and creating outrage and manipulating.
Liam, this is psycho.
You
Stop it.
are a parasite.
He's trying to scream with an EMCA. Take that the color with an EMCA. Don't try to run swag cycle.
Fight me, John.
Fight you?
Set up in a ring, no gloves, and I'll take down the strike. There you go. And I will clear my name there, and that'll be the end of
Clear
it.
your name of what? You're the only one making accusations.
Yeah, right. But you guys need to go the fuck away and let me work. And John, you've got to fight me. Or
I'm not going to
taking
fight you,
down.
dude.
I know you're not, because you're a pussy and you're a coward. I
channel.
want the blood on my fucking hands of this fat loser. Thanks for your time.
Oh man, that was something good. Oh, I like that. All right, thank you, Liam. By the way.
we need Donald Trump.
fight like a man. Would you be as hard as you say you are?
I'm gonna go.
Run and go get your bodyguard. What you gonna do when she gets the bang? Stand and fight like a man. So it's as hard as you say you are.
That's backwards. Them niggas just gon' keep coming back, and that's when extortion happens. If you struggle to get free, I know how this shit be. You give anything to live legitimately. But you can find if you do get in this industry, it's best to do business with me than against me.
Oh, hi everybody! Welcome to Comic Artist Pros Secrets. I'm Ethan Van Sciver. This is the ComicsGate King Show, and this is the weekly show that we do on Monday. Bring in my fellow professionals, and we talk about all things comics. We've got a lot of things to talk about today. Quite obviously, I think you guys understand what I might be referring to, well, hell, I'll just say it. This is an enormous run for the Philadelphia Phillies. They're doing absolutely incredible right now. I'm very impressed with the Phillies, and hope they win tonight against my brother Josiah's Diamondbacks. I'm just kidding. I know that you like the Phillies, Josiah. And I'm also kidding. That's not what's big about today. What's big about today is the launch of ISOM 2. And we're going to be watching that very closely tonight as we talk about other things going on. We talk about what's going on Twitter, et cetera, et cetera. And, of course, the many wonderful independent comics campaigns. How are you guys tonight? Can I just check with the chat? Just make sure that you guys are doing okay. Granty's Nuts sent me a member chat that said, got my Frogman and Cat Pappy ISOM covers today. Hail Rippaverse, hail CG, hail Indie Comics. Quite right. This time, Eric July properly, I think he made a good decision by turning to ComicsGate to help him produce some covers for ISOM number 2. This time around, he chose me and Shaneathy Davis, who did an awesome cover that's being made into a foil cover, I think. Anywhere you turn, you see greatness. Prater 7 says, last week's Kings was a banger. Also, great addition to the cast, especially Samedi. Yeah, Pete Samedi's always welcome. That guy is definitely a king. Eric the Red says, Schwarber is just a different dude in June. He's coming into his own. I mean, he really is. All of them are. Very worried about our boy Alec Boehm, though, who comes back from recovery, and he's just lost track of everything. I'm worried about him. Doug1985 says, congratulations. I had no idea you did a cover for ISOM 2. Gonna send a copy to Az. That'd be great. Yeah, I wasn't allowed to say, he likes surprises. So I signed an NDA leading up to the point where I wasn't even allowed to talk about it at all. A lot of people are posting clips of me on Tim Pool. And on Tim Pool, when Tim actually said, are you working with Eric July? And I wasn't expecting that question. I went, I didn't really play it off very well because he kind of threw me for a loop. But yeah, that was why I actually did do a cover for him, and I was hiding it. Judicon says, hail Ethan, I was proud to rep my Cyberfrog t-shirt at the Dallas Fan Expo this past weekend. Thank you. I saw pictures of you doing that, standing next to Gary Nerdrotic in a Cyberfrog t-shirt. I can't tell you how that warmed my heart. Laserpants says, the covers are awesome. I had to get all 3. Good man. Love to see that. Darth Vengeance says, good evening, EVS. Hashtag leave children alone. This is the hashtag. Good evening, EVS. Leave children alone. Let's get some friends in here and let's talk about what's going on. Well, how about this guy?
Oh, I'm still shaking there.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Good. Thanks for letting me come on here and get to hang out with you guys tonight. Ethan, if that's your poker face, I want to play poker with you. When Tim will ask you the question.
That was so embarrassing. I like that clip. I'm like, and by the way, I went like I didn't think the camera would turn to me, so I did this to him like, and then the camera was on me, and I was like.
Because in your mind, the camera's not on you.
Not on me, it's on him. So I'm like, no, let's not ask questions about that. But yeah, that was wasn't my best moment, but it doesn't matter. I think what ended up happening was a lot of people said he's doing something. Oh, that's awesome! Like there are people who got excited about it and just built the hype a little bit.
It's a beautiful cover, and I'm stuck between. When I back the book between your cover and Shania T. Davis's cover. I can't decide.
Shania Davis. I like Shania Davis. I like that. Shania Davis. Yeah, I mean that's interesting. I would like. I think you should back both and back heavily. Here's another friend of ours, by the way, who's waiting in the back. Can't wait to come in.
These 4 people. Look at these 4 people.
So sexy, it hurts.
To the depths of space. And now,
object to the text.
Good evening.
Oh, look
Christmas
at you.
in June.
Yeah, you got a nice Cyberfrog toy there, right?
Yeah, I did. Nice. And my my bucket of goodness.
Your bucket of chicken. Yeah, we've been shipping these out big time. I got Hunter upstairs yesterday, and Hunter and his girlfriend put together 500 boxes and sealed off the entryway in between the piano room and the dining room with just a wall of boxes and then other stuff. And I posted pictures of it on my Twitter if you want to see how impressive that is.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't know the entryway, but yeah.
Yeah, we couldn't. Like, Andrea was like, are we going to live like this forever? I'm like, yep, I hope so. I mean, if we aren't living like this, be worried. We do need to be living like this. But I think we got most of them out today. I had Mikey and Lauren come over and print out a bunch of labels. And then we didn't want to overwhelm UPS. I actually had to tell them, look, 4 trips to UPS today. Seriously, do not wait until the last minute and haul all 500 of these crates over to them. Even though it would be funny. It would fill their whole lobby. I mean, it would be great.
Next time you go, they're just going to lock the doors before you can come in. Like
we have a good relationship with Sunny and Victoria over at that UPS, and I don't want to piss them off. I said I learned from them that the UPS truck comes 4 times a day to clean out their whatever's in the back room there. So we drop off maybe 120 boxes every time we go, and we do that for 4 times, and we can get 500 boxes out. These are big boxes. These aren't just like ordinarily when you're just fulfilling books and they're just Gemini mailers.
Yeah, little flashers.
Yeah, you don't worry about it. I mean, get as many of those out as you can. But
yeah,
our crates are getting bigger. We're shipping some Vespis as well, and the Vespis boxes.
Oh, those are huge, I bet.
Yeah. Yes, they're gigantic. Here is another pal of ours. I miss this guy. We want to get him in here as soon as possible because, in general, he doesn't stay too long. A friend to everyone here, Mike Barron. Hello. I thought it was really, really, really good. Mike Barron, who just vanished out of here. Why did I say something to offend Mike Barron?
Don't you make a move, Sonny. It'd snap your neck in a heartbeat.
Hi, guys.
Hi, how you doing?
Mike?
I got to get in here early,
That's right.
Yeah, we're happy to have you here. Mr. Chemo, he's a member. He's been a member of this channel, Mike, for 4 months. He's been supporting me and All Caps Comics and shows like this one. We should be like PBS. Thanks to members' support from viewers like you. We can bring you quality content like the Jimmy Reyes Show, Andy Smith and Friends, and Michael Barron is here to help you. So he says, I hope the EVS ISOM cover is still available when I get home. Yeah, I read it, and he's like, this is limited to 29,000 copies. He goes, this is a limited edition cover. 29,000 copies, and that's it. And I went,
wow,
that's limited, Okay, my friend.
I know, right?
Christopher Gordy.
Limited is like 5.
Yeah, Marvel would be happy to have those numbers.
I know. That's like, those are mainstream numbers there.
Mm-hmm.
Christopher Gordy says, good sir, congrats on all the success. One question, you're probably well aware, but many have been asking about the Friday night stream being put back up. Hashtag ComicsGate always wins. I got home from the ball game, drunk off my ass, and did a live stream. And started cursing out Az from Heel versus Babyface. I was completely ungracious. people are getting the Cyberfrog toys and they're just like really, really happy with them and everything. And at the time when I was creating those toys, there was some resistance from certain corners of the industry, YouTube, saying we're not going to support you because of this and that. I'm not going to promote your toys, and we'll see how you do without me. We did good. We did good, as it turns out, without you. We did just fine, didn't we, Andy? We did fine without your support. Thank you. So anyway, nobody needs to hear that. It was an ingracious moment, and it's better if it retires into obscurity and the ether. Is that the word I'm looking for?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I want to see Andy open that toy live on here. Rip it open, Andy.
That's a good idea.
I'm not going to open mine.
Yeah, hold on a second here. Here's another.
Roger, Eagle. Go for landing. Over. Roger, understand. Go for landing. Eagle looking great. Houston, the Eagle has landed.
Welcome, Graham Nolan. Good to see you back and with us.
Well, it's good to be here. It's been a little bit.
What is up?
Did you see yourself this morning, Graham Nolan, on Kelsey Shannon's draw stream that he does every morning? He showed a picture of you. You're like 8'6" with like Hulk-like muscles, man.
No, I am not 8'6".
He does have those Hulk-like muscles, though.
Right.
I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna be so polite to Graham Nolan now. I've really been pressing my luck.
See, I'm trying to get everybody in shape. I'm getting all my bros.
You don't push your luck with Graham Nolan. I'm excited. I'm going to be seeing Graham Nolan in person in 2 weeks.
Yes, sir.
It is very, very exciting. Me and Andy Smith, Dan Fregaboom, and Billy Tucci. Cecil is going to come out, I believe.
Yep.
All of this stuff is happening. By the way, I rode to New Jersey Comic Fest. New Jersey
Garden State
Comic Fest. Excuse me, guys. And I said, can you add me to the website now? And they made a nice thumbnail for me, and they added me to the list. And I said, it's late enough now that, listen, if anybody complains, the guy knows, like, there might be some people who feel unsafe with me there. Graham, I'm the nicest guy in the world. I would never cause anyone I would never, like, what am I going to do? I just want to go there and, set up my booth and sell my Frog comics. What?
Right. That's it. Yeah. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Why would anybody feel unsafe with me there?
Well, that's a bullshit statement. Nobody. I mean, how can you feel unsafe? I mean, you coming with a rotary gun or something like that, or
I would never.
Or machetes, or
Cyberfrog toys.
I'm just going to come in with Cyberfrog toys. I'm going to be. Here's what I'm going to have there. I'm going to have maybe a set of Cyberfrog action figures for people to look at, not for sale, unless by some miracle we finish fulfillment in the next 2 weeks, which we won't because Heather Swain isn't here, and that's going to be a whole thing. But I'm here. I'm going to bring some toys for people to look at. I'm going to bring some PVCs for sale. I will bring samples of all of the comics that we've done for sale. I will be bringing 10 copies of Wreck Planet for sale. 10. That's it for the first 10 people who want to come in and buy them straight from me. But lots of everything else, the John Malin, all that stuff. I got a beautiful little setup. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to hang out with some friends, but I'm not gonna hurt anyone. I mean,
what you're bringing that's dangerous?
What?
Your personality.
Well, and an impressive booth. If your booth is much more impressive than the rest of everyone else's,
it won't be. It won't.
That
be.
won't be fair. That's not fair.
I haven't even.
That's not equitable.
Yeah, I don't want to be inequitable to people. I haven't put that much thought or energy into my booth, really. You know what I did? I went and I bought one of the drop things, the stand-ups.
Banners.
I did that. You know what? What's the big deal? Like, I'm not. What if I did something cool though? What if I made a DC Comics, like a miniature version of a DC Comics booth, complete with like screens with video going and all this stuff, and just a production sky full of smoke. It would be amazing. That's from Ed Wood. An explosion, sky full of smoke. Yeah, I mean that would be cool to do something like that, but we'll see. If this is my dad was like, I drove my dad back to the airport early this morning, and he's like, "I'm sorry, I'm not going to be here to see you return to the comic convention scene, son." I said, "I'm a little nervous about it, Dad. I really have no idea what to expect. I haven't done this in a while, but I'm going to have friends there, and I'm going to have a good time no matter what." So.
Oh yeah, you're gonna not only have a lot of friends there, but you're gonna have a lot of fans too, CG fans.
Oh yeah,
I hope so. That would be wonderful.
They came out last year, and hung out with us, and it was great. Well, of course you were there. I forgot. Yeah,
I did. I showed up at the end to see you guys and just hang out with you gentlemen. But anyway, I'm actually going to do business this time. I'm going to try to do business, and I'm getting a little credit card reader. Andrea is working on that for me. So, do you guys take credit cards?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, but my credit card reader has been busted, so I just use PayPal. If they don't,
PayPal works.
Yeah, you can just give them your address, your email address, and they can PayPal you too.
That's a good idea. Bombograd says, "Hail Ethan, I may be highly biased, but the Cyberfrog toy I got is so good looking. I am impressed. Did the warehouse minions open the care package I sent?" Bombograd, thank you. And the answer is yes. I didn't even know it arrived. I just came. I woke up this morning, came downstairs, and it was here, opened and gone through. So it did. Yes, they did enjoy it. I don't know what was in it, but it's
baked goods.
Yes. Like he sends a lot of chips over and chocolate and stuff like that. Stuff that I can't have.
Oh.
I love to listen to Mike adjust his earphones. It sounds like
just stop and listen.
It's a miracle I can use this computer.
I love it. It makes me laugh. All right, listen, tonight we're going to promote a couple of things, but the main thing we're going to promote and we're going to watch is obviously our friend Eric July, who has launched his campaign. He doesn't need our help, but we're going to do it anyway. He's launched his campaign for ISOM #2, but we're also not going to forget ourselves, our damn selves, Ghosts of Matakumba Key by the incredible Graham Nolan, which is coming very close. And it probably will, Graham. You're aware this is going to hit 200,000, right?
Let's do it.
The minute you decide to close this down, and we do a last minute, like a final day stream, right? You're within shooting distance now. You're going to hit 200,000. Just gonna take a little whiskey.
I think you could be right.
Yeah,
it's gonna take a little whiskey.
Yeah, well, we can do. I mean, we can have a nice drinking stream where.
Oh, absolutely. Which, by the way, Joe Frankenstein Part 2 is closing Friday.
Oh, Joe Frankenstein 2. I should bring that up as well. Joe Frankenstein 2. I saw some other people promoting it. I don't think I've mentioned it yet, or have I? But it did launch, and it is doing very, very well.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Frankenstein Part 2, Indiegogo. Let me bring this up.
Yeah, it was a great launch. I got to be there with Graham when he launched it. Got a good response. I mean, the book is ready to. It's already ready to print, isn't it? It's completed.
Yes,
that was the one.
Yeah. Part 1 is already shipping. Julie's halfway done.
Nice.
And so that's moving along nicely.
You love to see it. All right. And also, by the way, Private American, which couldn't have come at a better time. Oh, it's closed. Private American's closed.
No, it's not. It's in demand. It's on Fund Your Comic.
Oh, my goodness.
Just go to theprivateamerican.com and take you right there.
Oh, we got to see. I'm excited about this, by the way. I am going to put something on Fund My Comic. I'm going to do it simultaneously with Cyberfrog 3. I'm going to have a mini campaign on that. No, okay. Here's what man, sorry about this, Mike. I meant to be smooth, but I just I'm screwing this all up.
You're a smooth operator.
Bronze Star. This is your other one that's brand new. Bronze Star. Mike Barron and Pat Broderick. Let's watch this video here.
This is awesome. This is really great.
Was America's bloodiest conflict. Over 500,000 died to preserve national unity. When the war ended, Confederates like Harley Brogdon headed west, shooting game for the army and gambling. When a card game turns deadly, Harley shoots in self-defense, killing the card sharp who threw down first. Wilfred Knorr, the card sharp's wealthy father, will stop at nothing to see Harley hang. Harley flees to Cobb's Gap, an old silver mining town at the foot of the Rockies. A remarkably peaceful town, especially after dark. But the sheriff harbors a dark secret, and no one dares go into the mines anymore.
Yes.
Cobb's Gap is full of secrets. People speak in hushed tones of something in the mine. Something worse than their cursed sheriff. Something even the Indians fear. Tired of running, Harley falls in love with a local widow with secrets of her own. But when Nora's posse arrives seeking vengeance, the stage is set for a showdown with unimaginable horrors from the deepest pits of hell, and every secret will be exposed. Eisner winner Mike Barron and acclaimed illustrator Pat Broderick present one of the weirdest westerns that Comic Dom has ever seen. Bronze Star, a thrilling tale of love, revenge, and supernatural terror from the minds of two legendary creators. It's not the monster you're looking for. Order your copy at bronzestarcomic.com.
Yeah, make sure that you do. And, again, fundmycomic.com. We've got to build this up. This platform here, we need to get more stuff on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to have a mini campaign. It's going to be like, and I'll make it cheaper. I'll have some kind of interesting sale there on Fund My Comic in order to get a couple more eyes over there. But yeah, everybody should go over there, back Bronze Star, and let's get Fund My Comic as a platform up and moving, kicking ass. Go over there. And while you're doing that, again, Cordrat, The Reckoning by Andy Smith. Andy.
Hello.
What up? We'll talk about that tonight.
3 I worked on today.
You worked on page 63? Wow.
Yep, that's what's on the table.
You're the man. We got that. We got Dragon Rage.
Yeah.
By our friend Jimmy Reyes.
I also got for the Gimme Everything tier. I made a custom mailer box, so you get your book shipped in there. It's all artwork all around. Look at that. Cool. And it,
hold on. Are you showing it right now?
Yeah.
Let me take a look at you. Oh wow, man.
That. And
Can
then,
you? There we go.
A box.
This is a box, yeah, and then the front will tuck in, so that way you expose the logo.
Yeah,
tuck it in. It's a really nice, sturdy box. I've done examples where I've thrown this thing against the wall across the.
I've driven over it.
I've driven over it. Yeah, it's sturdy. Look at this.
That's like something I would do.
Throwing that against the wall. Put it on your shelf. It's got the spine with the logo. If you want to just keep your books in there.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
That's really great, Jimmy.
Thank you. Thanks.
Speaking of things with a spine.
It's time again for fun and excitement with your fifth Let us leave the confusion and all disillusion behind. Just like birds of a feather, a rainbow together we'll fly.
There he is.
People complain about your bell so much to me, dude. It's great.
Do they really? All right.
Yeah. No, don't ever stop. Don't ever stop. It's a meme. You got to keep doing it. People go, I swear I'm going to take that bell of his. I love it.
Shove it up his ass.
Billy, how are you? Welcome.
I am fantastic, my friends. Fantastic.
What an exciting day, right? Are you following the ISOM 2 launch?
Absolutely. I haven't pledged yet, but I will.
Yeah, I always pledge right at the end.
I got to tell you, I posted. I was telling. I talked to Patrick Parnell today, and because we're gearing up for Dale's launch Friday, and I have not gone near my art table today, and I feel so guilty. But I don't know if you guys have this Mondays. You just don't get to it sometimes. Like, I try to take my weekends off, from media and shit, just to enjoy family time and cleaning, doing yard work and stuff. And man, but Monday morning, your feed and your emails and all this stuff. And today's she's 30th birthday.
Whoa.
30.
Happy birthday, Shane.
Wow.
Yeah, I received 30 years ago today. The date, the copyright, I think is dated June 12th, 1993, when I copyrighted She.
Wow.
That is awesome.
So I got it it cost me $20. It was the best $20 I've ever spent in my life. And I'm just as giddy as a schoolgirl right now.
Did you do your copyright back then where you'd go down to the public library down and get the forms printed
I did
out.
all that. Yeah, I didn't know what I was
And-
doing. I mean,
yeah, I did that.
I had no idea. And again, I'm like, well, I want to make my own comic book. I had no idea how to do it, but I knew I wanted to copyright this character, so I did the poor man's copyright, which I still have. If any of you guys did that, right? You mail it to yourself.
Mail it to yourself.
Yep, mail it to yourself.
Don't open it.
And it's in one of my drawers over there, files, and then I put it in for the official copyright, and it came on June. It was either it's stamped June 12th. That's when it is. So today is she's 30th birthday.
Happy birthday, She.
Happy birthday.
Thank
We should have baked you a cake.
Should have baked me a cake.
Well, you don't have to bake him a cake. You can just go back She Senryaku Omnibus edition of right over here. Happy birthday, She.
Happy birthday, She.
Happy birthday. Should we sing?
Happy birthday, Anna.
Thank you all. Love you guys. All of you. Thank you so much for all your support.
Adam Hughes. Jay Lee.
Beautiful people. That's some
Mark Silvestri.
Is that a Nile video?
And Connor.
Yeah, Niall did this. He just said
Joe Casado. Smith. Billy Gucci. Frank Letta. And more.
Yeah, Ethan, you can replace the guy that voices Mike's videos.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yes, thank you. And we're almost at our $70,000 stretch goal. Wow. Yep, which is the Frank Frazetta wraparound dust jacket cover. And then Chris Lee Lansford said, it wasn't Chris Lee. It was your brother from Mars. I thought she started Image Comics, LOL. No way, man. Image Comics came to me. Said, let's do crossovers. And I said, okay.
They got to hear the story someday where you were talking about what it took just to get that book published.
Oh, my God. I was so poor. I couldn't afford the $20 to get it copyrighted, but I found a way. You got to find a way. You got to find a way. I see the hashtag, with it's broke me and all that. And from the tragedy of some young, cartoonist, I hope he did. They say he died from overwork. I don't know what happened, but comics we shouldn't have comics should not break us. We break comics.
We're going to talk about that and laugh about it tonight. Primetime Polton, our brother Mark Polton, who's a fellow Jersey boy and lost his mother this month. I want to say our condolences, our love to Mark Polton at this time, and prayers for his family. He says, Writhe in Pain, he launched a campaign, which is a lot to juggle. Okay, it's a lot to juggle when you're in mourning. But nevertheless, Writhe in Pain is now live on Indiegogo, hashtag Summer of Pain. So there you go. Please do back Mark Polton's campaign. We love you, brother. And let me see here.
Where's you, Mark?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Ethan never used the gong, says Bane Mailer. Just so you know, I took the gong outside for the family picnic, and we used it to ring in dinner. when the meat
bring
was
that to the show.
Oh,
every time you make a sale.
Yeah,
dong.
That's an awesome idea.
Definitely bring the gong. I'm bringing the bell. I brought it last time, remember, Graham? So every time someone came up to me, and he gives this one like, hey, I'm one of us.
Yeah.
Remember they would get ding, and then, it's so
An
funny.
angel gets his wings.
Yeah, some of them are so secretive, and then some of them show up in yellow and black, like a billboard, like an EVS billboard, and you're like,
wow.
And they just stand there, right, Ethan? They kind of,
and they're wearing the all caps comics.
Oh yeah. They just stand there waiting for you to notice them.
That's awesome. It's terrific. Yeah, I like seeing pictures of people wearing Cyberfrog stuff out at conventions, mainstream conventions, because again, that is going to get attention. I can't wait to go. I'm excited about going. We got Mike Partika here, who I've just crowned as a mod, even though I must be nuts. And let me explain why. He says, "Hey, Ethan, I saw you and Eric July mention me during your 6-hour EFAP live stream. Nitpick Central thanks you for the shout out. Feel free to EFAP my reply." Mike Partika is a really, really good editor. Okay, he's not the best critiquer, in my opinion. Like he does go into nitpicking, which is valid but not necessary. But yeah, he's somebody who we want him to not go to the dark side. Mike, listen to me carefully. Stay valuable, stay sane. You could be a real help to the indie comics community by being a normal person and actually offering good critique. But I've seen so many people like you flip to the dark side and think they're going to have more clout with anti-ComicsGate, and then they just start being assholes. I'd like to encourage you not to do that and to actually stay here, make videos critiquing the writing, the grammar, whatever it is of comics, and you'll be a member of the family if you stay that way. So, Project's Done Poorly says Doomcock got the internet buzz again with his leak video. He said he was told by an insider that Disney is selling Star Wars back to George.
I saw that somewhere.
I've actually heard that too.
Yeah.
I mean, could George really do any better? I mean, remember what he did to the prequels?
Oh, he has to be able to do better.
Yeah.
I mean, the prequels. I was there in
but you know what,
1999.
Jimmy? At least the one thing about the prequels is that they were not derivative. He had an idea, and we might not like the direction a lot of them went, but they were very different than the first three. Whereas the sequels were just so derivative and so disrespectful to the fan bases that George's stuff was never like that. He was just trying to tell a good story.
What are the chances that is true? That George Lucas would say, you know what, I'm enjoying this $5.02 billion that I got for selling you Star Wars, but I'd like to return it because I'd like to buy back the franchise, the IP that you've destroyed and in the process of destroying, have made yourselves billions and billions of dollars. And I'm sure that Disney would say, sure, yes.
But then George would go at a discount.
Yeah. Of course. It's like I give you
1.2.
Have you all seen American Graffiti?
Yes, of course.
That's George Lucas film, and it's it stands up.
Yeah, it does.
I loved it. It
Great.
was about his upbringing, his teen years and stuff.
Where were you in '62?
Yeah.
Where was I? In my dad's teenage testicles. I mean, I was
swimming around.
Yeah, I still was not even a thought in 1962.
You were still a tadpole.
Yeah, but I wish I'd been there.
What do you guys? Yeah, I mean, me too. I would love to go just for a week. I just love the whole Southern California thing with the cars and all. But what did you guys think of Dazed and Confused? 1993 or 92?
Oh,
I have yet to watch that.
Oh,
film.
I haven't watched it either.
That was
about like
Aerosmith's
1981
daughter,
or 1980.
79. Supposed to be 1979, and it's what's his name directed it?
Matthew McConaughey.
No, that's Matthew McConaughey.
He's the star. Yeah.
But it's whose movie is that? Someone in the chat tell us.
I'll tell you.
Fantastic film, really fantastic. It reminds me of my youth.
Dazed and Confused is like the boomer version of
Richard Linklater.
Yes, Linklater. Yeah.
Was that Live Tyler or was that the girl from The Fifth Element? It was Live Tyler, right?
No. What's her face was in it for The Fifth Element?
For The Fifth Element one. Okay.
Oh, what's her name?
Mila Djokovic.
Djokovic.
Yeah.
Oh.
Here we have Survive Infinity who says, "Yo, Uncle Lee, what day do you think will be best for Morristown? Trying to make the trip. I'm gonna
Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday's better.
Saturday.
Yeah, I won't be there
because that's when the Nolan Hawaiian Shirt Whiskey Cigar Fest is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you'll want to hang out afterwards. Like if you're nice and you want to hang out with us after the show, We like to smoke a cigar out in the, wherever last year it was in the parking lot somewhere.
Well, the new place is, Graham said there's a nice pool area with chairs, and we could probably hang out there poolside.
No, Dave, the promoter said that there was like an outdoor seating area, like with like a fire pit. So we might be able to hang out around there.
Perfect.
Nice. Christopher Arcello's here says, I will be at the New Jersey Garden Con. Can't wait to see you guys. Also, I bought ISOM's EVS cover. What a dope cover. That's how you grab a customer. All right, so let's take a look at ISOM here. I'm sure you guys have taken a look at it already. Diano says, got Joe Frankenstein this morning. Looking forward to the second part.
Well done, sir.
All right, let me catch up with everybody real quick here, and then we're going to, did I get there? Got one more super chat. Hail Panel and Baldy Locks EVS. This stream is not gay enough. Where the F is Shane Davis and John Malin at? That's SHS Rebels 08. They'll be here soon. You know how they are. They like to roll in late. And Darren Wagner says, we need a ComicsGate replacement for the Punisher.
We got one. Private American.
Yeah.
Private American. By the way, Private American, great book. My father was so angry about the Punisher. He said, did you hear about this, son? Did you hear about what they did to the Punisher? And I had to, he's like, you got to do something. What is ComicsGate for? I'm like, Dad, I've done like 3 6-hour live streams about it, complaining about it and explaining what it is. My dad was furious about it. And he goes, that right there is ComicsGate, son. You've got to push back. You've got to stop these perverts from ruining everything that matters. And I said, yes, Dad, that's what I do. That's what your son is here to do. Punisher, of course, destroyed by Marvel Comics only because they decided that they didn't like who was enjoying the Punisher.
That's right.
Yes.
Certain elements of our culture.
White supremacists.
They say white supremacists. I call them police officers and the military. I call them tough guys in our society who to little squeaky beta male perverts seem like everybody's a white supremacist to these guys. Everybody who is Caucasian, who's large, who's in charge, who takes care of business. The people who take it upon themselves to protect our society are called white supremacists.
Right.
These guys adopted the Punisher symbol because it's a cool-looking, idealized. It's a nice-looking skull. That's basically what it is.
It means protecting the innocent.
Well, that's what it means, but I don't even know if these guys care what it means.
They don't know what it means. They just get pissed off. I got into it with, who was that? Ron Mars. He was pissing all over the Punisher. So I asked him, so I printed a picture of Chris Kyle wearing a hat with a Punisher symbol. And I said, do you know who this is? And he replied, a guy that got killed with a gun.
Oh, well, there you go.
And I said, do you know his name? And he said, Chris Kyle, so what? And then
his
the
name
people
is Kyle.
came out.
Well, you know what, Mike? That's the difference between men like him and men like us. That's just it.
Do you understand? I mean, this is the whole thing. And you showed him. You showed him that picture. You said, this is Chris Kyle. You see Kyle? See Kyle? I'm sorry about that. Everybody in the chat. All right. So anyway, Punisher, infuriating the changes that were made to the Punisher just to piss off or just to say the hell with all of you people who are the fans.
That's right.
This is what is being offered by ComicsGate right now. Well, I'm sure there'll be other projects similar to this about vigilantes to sort of replace the Punisher, but Private American's definitely the first one and one of the best. I gave this to him to read. He thought it was really good. He did say there's a little vulgarity in this, son. And I said, that's my Baron. He said there's some vulgarity in it. And that was his one concern. Let me see. Where is the vulgarity? I don't see any, Dad. Hold on a second. Yeah, this is the vulgarity. Get down on that mattress. Get down on that mattress. That was the vulgarity, he thought. Because it's, these people are bad, awful hombres. These are bad dudes. So they're, anyway. Private American, a great book, but my dad will not have any cursing or anything like that in his comics for some reason. Great artwork from Richard Bonk. And I hope you guys will be able to get a copy of it soon over on Fund My Comic. Doug209 says, oh, wow. So he likes the idea of the woman on the mattress.
Well,
bad hombres.
you know, that's a depiction of what happens every day down on the border. They found a 7-year-old girl who had the DNA from 64 different men in her.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
you got to be kidding me.
No, I'm not kidding.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Was she on Twitch or one of these Twitch thoughts or something like that? Or
I don't know. It was a child that had come over unaccompanied, and she'd been picked up by the Border Patrol, and they took her to a hospital, and they did an examination.
How old was she?
7 years old.
Ladies and gentlemen, we need to build the wall. We need Trump back
Sounds
immediately.
like the death sentence for 64 people.
Yeah, that is disgusting and infuriating. So anyway, back Private American. Read a copy of Private American if you would like to see a hero who wants to deal with problems like that at our border.
Back to the Punisher thing, I would love to have been in that meeting where they said, well, we can't have the skull. Well, what are we going to do? Well, we're going to put this ugly horn thing on him now, which absolutely means nothing and looks gay.
It means the devil. They put the devil. They put Satan on him, which they thought was better. For some reason, the satanic symbol on the Punisher's chest.
It just looks. It's a horrible looking
Stupid.
Well, it goes with the writing.
Yeah.
Or they bring his wife back from the dead or some shit.
Why they're so against the skull? Like, how is that devil?
Because all the wrong people like it.
Right.
Patriots, police, rational people.
And what are you going to do when the
says, Mike, what are you talking about? The border is secure. Don't you know that? I think he says that in his in the trailer for the border is secure.
We quote Kamala. I mean, we repeat Kamala. I mean, it's her own words. The border is secure, and that's a priority with this administration.
They just can't stop.
They get away with everything. They get away with it.
Well, you know, they may not, because things are starting to bust loose all over. I was watching Fox News tonight. Jesse Waters, and the leadoff story was how every Republican that's been interviewed over the weekend was fighting back against the press, fighting their talking points, and turning around on them and say, why won't you report this? Why won't you report what Biden really did? George Stephanopoulos had to eat shit multiple times. It was wonderful to behold.
Yep. Here's a friend of ours.
You let your tiger out. So, the territory. Many guess it. You let your tiger out.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Hey Shane.
Hey Shane.
Hello.
Where's that beautiful face at?
Is Shane there?
Yes.
You hiding?
I hear him.
This is logo.
I'm here, guys. Jesus.
It's going to surprise us.
I'm here.
Turn your camera on.
Where is
He's going to be in a bubble bath if he does. Nobody wants to see that.
I could be having a hot tub stream.
Oh, I like
That's right.
that, Shane Davis. I like that.
With a bunch of ladies.
With a
bunch of Bud Lights.
Yes.
You was going there.
Oh, here we go. Back to the Bud Light.
Well, I mean, it is true. My dad and I went to the ballpark 4 times this past week. We saw the Phillies 4 times, and they won 3 out of 4 of those games against the Dodgers, too, which was great because the Dodgers, of course, support grooming. So the Phillies whooped them.
Good.
It was great. But we did go and check with the beer vendors. My dad doesn't drink, but I was ordering a Yingling, and he just kind of said, "Hey, how are the Bud Lights doing here?" And the lady said, "We're not selling any Bud Lights." The fridge was stocked. I saw one guy drinking Bud Light, and everybody was looking at him. Seriously, like people were just like, "What do you live in a cave? Like, what are you doing?"
Right.
That's good down in Philly. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
You know, the funny thing is now everybody's really indignant when they see somebody. They're like, "Oh, look at him! He's drinking a Bud Light." I used to look at them like that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any light beer.
Oh, like, what the hell is he drinking?
It's hard, man. I swear, like ever since I got on my diet and I went off my diet for the last 2 weeks, big time, and I feel like shit, and I'm bloated.
You did it for your dad. You did it dad time.
Well,
Yeah.
I drank a lot of beers, and I'm telling you, it does not feel good.
Oh, yeah, you get a little over, yeah.
What was
get
it called?
bloated and
You had those pictures, Ethan. It was a long like glass of
The baseball bat.
Oh, it's a bat.
nice.
That makes sense.
What was it filled with?
Well, you have two choices. You can have Miller Lite, or you could have this Goose IPA, whatever it is. I chose the
Yeah,
Goose.
Goose Island IPA.
Goose Island, yeah, I chose that. But those are the only two things. But it's a wiffle ball bat, a hollowed out wiffle ball bat that they fill with beer. And I saw everyone drinking them. You had to kind of leave the park and go into this little bar area, right connected to the park, but outside in order to buy one. And I was like, I'm on my way. That is so effing cool.
I'm on my way.
Did you get?
And
to
you brought
keep
it home, I assume.
Yeah, I have it in the over there. I want to see how many beers it holds because I think it's probably deceptive. I drank that thing in like pretty quickly. In 10 minutes, that thing was empty. And I said, I really thought this was more like 5 beers, but it's probably only 2 beers, all in all. So anyway, it was like a beer bong a little bit.
Nice.
IPA is gay, says Joe Kazna.
What's that IPA that you drank, Ethan? What's that IPA called? What, Goose Island?
Goose Island. Yeah, and it was fruity. It tasted kind of like citrus, like orange.
Yeah, I can't stand
They're not all fruity. I love
No,
IPAs.
it's not. Doesn't taste like sweet like fruit. It just has a citrusy flavor to it. Citrus flavor, not fruit flavor.
Well, it's owned by Anheuser-Busch.
No, it is not. Is it really?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Hey, if you want a good IPA, get that Cigar City out of Tampa. High Lie, the Cigar City High Lie IPA.
Or Odell's Mercenary.
Have you gone to any of those hipster bars where now they're putting citrus on the edge of your glass of your beer?
I had one
last
night.
They do that with Blue Moon.
Yeah, they do that with all those IPAs now.
Darren Wagner says
that's a wheat beer.
By the way, I screwed myself over. I didn't know Goose was Tranheiser-Busch. I had no fucking idea. I feel like I should have just had
Tranheiser.
Hey, Darren is right. New Glarus is a Wisconsin brewery.
Oh, New Glarus Spotted Cow is better than Budweiser. Budweiser products.
Any Wisconsin brewery is better than Budweiser, except for Budweiser, which is a Wisconsin brewery.
I drank that whole thing, and it was Tranheiser-Busch. I wondered why I had this dream about cutting my dick off in the middle of the night.
You had an urge to tuck.
Yeah. If you drink enough of them, you get man boobs.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen. Somebody got a picture of me and my dad sitting next to each other. Blurry picture, and we just have it looks like we're smuggling turtles. Like we just had these big bellies sitting there. It really is not a flattering shot.
So that was you then, huh? That was you and your dad?
Yeah. I was like, wow, look at my belly sitting. By the way, my dad, who's skinny, had the same belly next to me. So
you should
anyway,
blame the chairs. You should blame the chairs, not your belly.
I do blame everyone except for me. Sam Boyer says you can gain so much weight. Jay Bomberfan says nice. He says mice, but he meant nice. Nice tits, CBS. Thank you very much.
Wow, terrible.
Yeah, nobody wants mice tits.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You don't want mice.
I got 2 weeks to drop some pounds before I have to stand next to Graham Nolan. I'm not eating anything. And by the way, it wasn't easy. Andrea came down. I'm like, I'm dying right now. She's like, you're going to be grouchy on Kings tonight if you don't eat something. And I said, I'm going to risk it. I'm going to run the risk that these fellas can make me happy, make me laugh, and have a good time. Now, I was feeling pretty good about that until Shane Davis walked in.
Yeah.
And then I was like, Shane, turn on your camera, will you please?
Oh, that's the opposite of what you asked.
That was reverse psychology.
Yeah.
What is with the attitudinalness of some people in here? What exactly is going on? Chris Marchell says Shane ruins everything.
Oh,
right. Well, that's fair. I think Shane might be a little bit grouchy, and here's why. My cover, of course, is kicking his ass on the ISOM pre-order campaign. As you can see, as we refresh this campaign,
wow,
$677,000 in just I don't know how long has it been today. I think it opened at like 10 hours. Yeah.
Yes.
Holy cow!
Phenomenal.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're cover B, aren't you?
Wasn't it noon Eastern?
Yeah.
So 8 hours?
Can you show the cover?
Yeah, let's oh, here he is. He's back. Shane's back now. There he goes. Hi, Shane.
I'm trying to get my camera to work. Sorry.
What's wrong with your camera?
I don't know. I'm not a computer expert.
What?
Hey, Pizza Matty, how you doing, buddy? Come on in if you want to. You're not a computer expert. It's just your camera. It's a webcam.
I don't know. It's not connecting. I don't know.
That's the guy that's normal.
I just sometimes I wonder if God's testing me, and I think He is. Hey, look at this. We got our comics.
Yes, you're kicking my ass. I heard that. Congratulations, Ethan.
Kicking Shane's ass. And by the way, kicking Cover A's ass too. Cover artist is a fellow named Tinian or something like that. No, he's got a fake name, but it's Kanan White. Kanan White did reach out to me and he said, "Hey man, cool cover." And I said, "Good man, how you doing?" Remember Kanan White? Shane?
Yeah, great artist.
Did he reach out as Tinian or Kanan White?
Kanan White. He just said, "Hey man, really nice cover." Because I mean, basically, none of us were allowed to tell each other that we were doing these covers. Signed NDAs with Rippaverse. So he didn't know. I didn't know he was doing a cover, but he did his cover. I did mine, and he just kind of reached out. I said, "How you doing?" He said, "Good." And I said, "What are you working on?" And I thought he was going to tell me, "Oh, I'm doing a 6-issue Black Panther miniseries for Marvel." And it's a good thing I left ComicsGate. But he said, "I'm doing a little fantasy thing for a small press publisher."
Oh, wow. Yeah, my buddy Chris is on Black Panther, and they asked me to ink them, but I'd rather be doing my own book.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, they asked you to ink them, and you are ComicsGate, and that's, it just makes you kind of think. So you can stay true to your values. You don't have to sell out.
Yep.
You don't have to. You can say, "I'm ComicsGate, and if you want me, you're going to take everything that goes with that." I'm opposed to what they're doing to characters like the Punisher, these weirdos. Be brave, because the grass isn't necessarily greener on the other side of the fence. Is it, Shane? Or is it?
Looking at the chat, they're saying Shane's cover cost a lot more. Was it cost?
$100,
$100, baby.
Your cover is cray.
It's foil, and it's limited to, what was it, 2,000 copies, I think? So you're almost sold out. Think about it.
Wow. So when 2 or 5?
Oh, maybe 5, yeah.
Yeah, somebody in the chat said 5, so
not exactly a fair competition if it's a competition.
It is a competition, and yes, it is fair. 1 to 1.
No, it's not. I have a limited amount printed.
So do I.
Oh, how many is yours?
27,050. 27,500.
How many is printed in mine?
20. I don't know. How would I know?
5,000
details.
So obviously, you're going to sell me no matter what.
Bagged and boarded, 112-page book with foil-treated cover art by Shane. Shane, I always said you were a good foil. Written by Eric.
But basically, you can outsell me no matter what, right? Because there's more copies of yours printed.
But wouldn't the price balance
do you go by copies or money raised?
Yeah, exactly.
No, but I have a cap on mine also.
That's true.
What thickens?
Well, I mean, we're nowhere near those numbers yet, though, so it doesn't matter, right? I mean, does it matter?
I don't know.
To me, it does, Shane, or it doesn't. I mean, to me, it doesn't matter, Shane.
I don't think about it.
Shane, we're on equal footing. My $35 product and your $100 product. These are equal in my eyes. In fact, it's equity, Shane.
Right.
The book is written.
Remember, like with Diamond Comics, it used to be the top grossing comics numbers and then the top grossing dollar amount.
Right.
So
but that's irrelevant here. That's not relevant. What Shane raised, what Shane's cover generated for this campaign compared to mine. Hello?
My wife.
EVS.
That's opportunity calling.
Yeah. All right, let me see. Including signed and graded copies, no more than 5,000 will be available for purchase through the duration of this campaign. This cover will never be reprinted. Shane, that's an insult.
Okay.
Why is he not going to reprint your cover?
No, to make it scarce and limited. I mean, it's going to go up in value.
I didn't know Eric was insulting me. Jesus.
It's collectability, Shane. That's what it's for. It's
Mike has bad news. Says I bought all 3 covers, so it's equity.
Wow.
Cryptic Comics says Shane EVS's cover is basically on clearance. Now wait a second here. It's not on clearance. This is the maximum amount that it always was. Anyway, Shane, 4,312 copies sold of mine to 1,500 of yours.
Yeah, I want to shout out Caffeinated Wolf. That's Eric's campaign manager or social media manager. He says all the covers are gorgeous. See, he's trying to keep the fighting down.
Why? Tiny Baby Sloth says Shane already won by being more luxurious and rare. You had to draw 2 characters, and Shane basically drew a Blidget. Shane won.
Oh, yeah. Wow. I'm good with the Blidgets.
All right, hold on. Let's watch the trailer, Shane. Did you watch this trailer yet? The animated trailer?
Yeah.
Oh, you did you?
No.
All right, here you go. Why can't I blow it up here? I guess I got to blow it up here. Here we go, Shane.
You have to show the new window, I think.
Oh, sorry. Here we go. Oh my God, it's just like Force Awakens.
Time is a fascinating thing. We often like to think of it as something that just is.
Oh.
But too many people let the past determine who they are.
The white women, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When true greatness is known by how one deals with the present.
Alpha Core, Shane.
So people complimenting my cover in the chat want to say thank you.
Oh.
Yeah. No more quitting. Time is a gift, ISOM. What are you gonna do with yours?
Badass trailer. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, this is another one I haven't.
Very good, Shane. What do you think? Good?
Looks great.
Yeah. Looks cool.
Yeah. It's got me curious. That villain, that they show at the end there.
Yeah, who's that villain with the red stripes on him? Did you know about him, Shane?
Yeah.
I didn't know about him. I didn't receive reference for that character. I would have drawn that character, but I did not receive reference. I received reference for the cowgirl character, and I received reference for the furry cave dwellers with lava skin. That's what I received, and that's what I drew. But that character, the muscular character with all the red paint all over him, I'll tell you, when I look at that character, I can't help but think there's an artist who should have drawn that character.
Howdy.
There he is.
Oh my God,
Dale.
Hello,
Hello.
What's up?
and such.
What's up, Dale Keon? I have not seen you in like a month, and I'm telling you,
I've
my
been
life
catching
is
up
not
on work.
improved.
I mean, catching up on a lot of work. Sometimes I got to make the choice: either do live shows or work. I'm an old guy, so it's hard.
How
for me
old
to-
are you, Dale?
About 80.
Get out of here.
SHS Rebel says, Shane, we want our Inglorious Rex 2 Red Rocket foil. Shane.
Yeah,
That'd
I
be
saw
great.
your
Love
covers,
to.
man. Those covers kick ass.
Thank you.
Both the years.
Oh, thanks. I think it
Is
was
that the
mostly.
secret cover you kept talking about, Shane?
Yeah.
Shane, did you keep
Gotta
talking
make
about a secret cover?
Well, I kept saying I can't say what I'm doing, but
Wait, was this back when everybody thought you're doing covers for DC? People had no idea what.
I remember that.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Or like, that's what the rumor was, but turns out it was ISOM.
Fucking rumor mill.
Even better. It was
That's
even.
what people thought, Jimmy. I mean,
I heard, but that's all I heard.
I said I don't know what people thought, Jimmy.
Oh,
You can't control that shit, man.
Yeah, that's
It just happened.
Yeah.
this is the most awkward King stream I've ever been on.
It wasn't before.
Just you wait.
All right, now Shane, listen. I'm really proud of you. I'm proud of your cover for this comic book.
Yeah.
I think you did a great job. People are asking to see mine because they can see yours. Yours is everywhere. Everybody is like talking about Shane Davis's cover. Here's mine. This is the pen and ink work for it.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
not enough detail, Ethan.
I love the rendering under her lips and her jaw.
Yeah, it's just a effing.
Look at that, man. It's a lot
Our
of
guy.
number 03s.
Nobody draws curly hair like Ethan, man.
Yeah, I tried. It's hard.
It's okay. It's not bad. All right.
Downplay it,
So,
why don't you?
by the way, Kyle Ritter was like, "I fixed your signature." I drew this with like a dying gel pen, jelly roll, and look at it. It looks like shit.
No, it doesn't.
He fixed
White,
my signature.
white. Okay, let me see.
Yeah,
That's kind of light.
It looks like it says Tucci. Right?
Billy Tucci's artwork.
You know, that is unmistakably Ethan's work.
Yes, 100.
Well, I mean, it does. When you say unmistakably, you mean that it's obviously mine because of all the mistakes. But yes, so here it is. Closer look at it, and hallelujah. So it's pretty cool. And then colored by the inimitable, amazing Kyle Ritter, who again, was able to keep his mouth shut and not tell anybody that he colored it. Which is important. Yeah, not talk about it. This is the whole thing. Just keep it to yourself. I said,
But Shane, who colored your cover?
Your
guy?
Eric. I think it maybe was Kyle. I don't know. Like I didn't have anything to do with it.
You didn't have anything to do with your cover being colored?
Well, then.
No, I turned it into Eric, and he hired it out. I think it was Kyle.
Oh, nice.
Look at that.
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah, Kyle just did such a great job as usual.
Look at that little guy on the. Wow.
Yeah.
In the background, like a bunch of werewolf characters.
Yeah, these like lava guys are really nifty. It's good to see some like monstrous villains in ISOM. It's just a chance for him to be cool. I still have no idea. I asked Eric. I said, Eric, what is the story about, so I can make a cover? And he goes, he wouldn't tell me. He told me a couple of things that were completely irrelevant to to what would have been helpful.
Then he sent you a bunch of reference.
Yeah, he sent me some images, but I said, yeah, but what goes on in the story? He's like, nope. And it's true. That's kind of the way he is. He just
loose lips.
I asked Eric the same thing, and he said there's a big plot and the city's under attack by a brick wall. Shane, what can you do? And I was like, all right.
Yeah, all that debris. It surely fills in the space, though, doesn't it?
I was like, this writes itself, Eric.
Wait, I thought your cover was saying that you're against them building a wall.
Yeah, against all Jimmy, that's fucking retarded. You're reading too much into it. It's just a brick wall in somebody's way. That's it.
Tear the wall down.
Yeah. What's on the other side of the wall, Shane?
Aaron.
Freedom.
Fail.
Welcome to Aaron Lopez. Welcome
Aaron
to
Lopez.
I was at
Peter
the
Cincinnati.
chiropractor,
Yo.
so I got in a little late.
Hello.
My back's feeling fine. So
Hey, guys.
Holy cow.
We're glad that you're
What are
here.
you doing?
All right, let me show you Shane Davis's cover, Pete Cincinnati, and Aaron Lopresti, and you tell me what you think. Okay, you can be honest. Shane can take it.
What?
Shake it.
Quite an assumption.
That's yours, right, Ethan? That's not Shane's.
No, yeah, that's mine. Hold on, I'm pulling up Shane's right
Oh,
now.
but we didn't get to see the girl. They didn't get to see the female cowgirl.
Oh, hold on a second. Yeah, I'll go down there a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. All right, so there she is. There's the cowgirl.
Wow.
I had some SJW say, "Oh, am I supposed to flip out because it's a powerful boss chick or girl boss? Blah 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 blah. Isn't that what you would do?" And
Girl
I pointed out, girl boss. I said, "Look, her titties are hanging out."
Look at that. Ooh.
No. You don't understand what girl boss is.
What
I
is
had to look it up. It's very confusing.
What do you mean?
Well, go ahead with what you were
I
saying.
said her titties are hanging out. She's bent over in front of the man who's busy handling business. See, this is anything but an SJW cover, okay? Bent over, man handling business. Titties out, man handling business. She's not handling business. That's not what she's doing. That's what he's doing. And that's
I know why they said that. I disagree with them, but I know why they said that.
Why?
And so the whole girl boss thing, the definition of it's kind of weird. It's like a girl character that's just assigned a role that's dominant than a man. And they're basically accused because she's using her powers and more of a pose, and ISOM is kind of standing there. That's why they said that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
dude, look at the shadow on the boobs. Like this one shadow. Oh, Kyle. That's perfect boob shadow.
Makes me wonder what they smell like, her boobs, right? You just want to put your nose right in there, guys.
Motorboat is what I'm
They
hearing
smell like
Shane's talking
vanilla.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here is Shane Davis's brilliant cover.
Wow.
Hold on a second. Let me zoom out first, then we'll zoom
Oh
back
my
in.
gosh, looks like a Luke Cage cover. Look at that.
Yeah, I was trying to get an iconic return to Marvel classic cover type thing, Hulk punching through a wall or Luke Cage. I mean, I wouldn't have said Luke Cage because I'm not like that, Aaron. I would have said the Incredible Hulk, or I would have gone straight Luke Cage.
Iron Fist, maybe, but
Iron Fist, you know, Superman, you know.
There actually is a Luke Cage cover with him busting out through a wall. So that's
I
why-
know
Shane
that.
traced
but-
it for this.
Yeah, I traced that cover.
And I
That's
bet you own it near that too.
God forbid I draw something on my own two hands, guys. I traced
You did an advertisement.
Holy
once,
shit.
and it was Luke Cage busting through the wall, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's
it was like a Gillette razor ad or something.
Right, or he's breaking out of a brick shit house.
Everybody's busted through a wall. Superman, there was a
That's
milk
true.
ad with Superman busting through a wall. I mean,
true.
Kool-Aid
Plus,
Man.
with all those bricks, you
Kool-Aid
don't have to draw the lower part of the body, so it's kind of
Yeah, that's right. It kind of.
oh yeah, because
Get away
drawing
with
two
easy.
legs is a lot easier than drawing 1,000,000 bricks. Let me tell you.
Yeah, look, right there. There's Luke Cage busting out of a wall right there.
Let me see. Go full screen. Let's see
I don't
this
like to
cover
draw
I traced, Aaron.
Oh, hold on a second.
Wow.
Does Aaron have it?
Yeah, I got it.
He
Hold
owns
up
it.
right here.
Okay.
I want to see how I traced
I told you he owned it.
No, it's
Oh,
not the
there it is.
same.
Oh, is that from
Oh,
the calendar?
Oh, no
1975
cheating there.
Mighty Marvel calendar.
I remember
You
that.
drew the legs.
comes out.
That is a one-to-one exact
So Aaron's
tracing.
saying all black
Right.
men look the
Are
same.
you proud of yourself, Shane?
Am I proud of myself? I am actually. I am. Mine's a lot more
Exactly
dynamic.
the same.
Mine's a lot more dynamic. Bricks are covering his body, so they're flying out at you. You might get hit by a brick before you get hit by him. I like how I have the bricks cascading and falling up under the gravity of their own weight as he knocks out the lower casing.
Yeah.
You know,
That's what bricks
I think I like to think I kind of pulled it off a little better.
You did. I gotta say, good job.
Beautiful, beautiful.
It's really good.
on
It's really good,
Isom's
Shane.
Forehead. On the
Is
left
this
side of the forehead.
is this your depiction of how 9/11 happened? Actually,
I would not put that on
He's
ice.
at the base of one of the towers.
Yeah, it's
and,
thermite paint. It's all thermite.
I blame Juggernaut for 9/11. Marvel clearly showed Black Tom Cassidy, who is not black; he's white, actually. And Juggernaut, you know, took out one of the towers, famously.
Yeah.
Drawn by Todd McFarlane and Rob Liefeld.
They predicted it. You know, there was an X-Files spinoff that did the same thing. The lone gunmen. They had their first episode was about 9/11, and it happened just a few weeks before 9/11 actually happened.
Dude.
Yep.
Crazy.
Wow.
Remember that Spider-Man ad where he spun the web between the towers and caught the helicopter?
wow.
Oh yeah,
That was like they had to redo it.
After 9/11, there was actually a poster. If you can find it, it's worth a lot of money. It's like the reflection of the Twin Towers and this is in his eye.
Yeah, that's right.
How much does that go for? I haven't kept up with it, but at the time it was stupid. Like, was it $10,000?
Yeah, they probably pulled them.
Yeah, no, they pulled them.
Yeah, they did.
What's out there isn't supposed to be out there.
I don't mean to laugh.
I'm curious. So does this colors look like Kyle or?
No, yes.
I was
Damn,
thinking.
Jimmy, let's go back in our 15-minute time machine.
Because
I think Eric July hired Kyle.
Oh, yeah.
It's
I
not
love it. I
Gabe?
love that. Oh, Gabe L. Tape. I love that bluish.
It kind of looks
color.
Gaby.
It does look Gaby.
Gaby. But I think it was.
Baby.
I mean, it looks like it's colored specifically for the foil printing that's going to happen on this cover.
100%.
I never heard it was. Never heard. Look at all the detail on these little bricks.
Wow.
Every little brick mattered. Everyone had a name.
Just another brick on a wall.
Was Michael B. Jordan a reference?
A little bit, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, nice hatching.
Wow.
Someone is vibrating like crazy.
Yes,
thought that
was vibrating.
Yeah, I know.
Who is that?
I checked my phone 3 times thinking it was me.
I know.
This is my favorite brick, everybody. I want you to appreciate this brick.
That
It's
brick
Mike
should
Barron.
have
something in it.
Mike Barron's not a brick.
Not me.
Mike Barron's always got stuff going on, man.
Shane, I'm proud of you, man. That cover is really brilliant, and you're contributing to the ISOM 2 campaign in a substantial way.
Yeah, it's all connected now. You know.
Yeah, we kicked ass. Shane, you and I, we kicked ass on this, didn't we?
It was another day for me.
Just another day at the desk.
Different degree of asking.
For me, it was an extraordinary experience to be able to support this campaign. And
wait, what's today? Monday? It is another Monday.
It's just another manic Monday.
Well, how come it took you like 6 Mondays to get it done?
No, I didn't. Okay. All
okay,
right.
I'm just kidding, Shane.
Did
Shane,
you
will
not
you
see
lighten
all
up?
those bricks?
Mm-mm.
All right, now listen.
You lighten up. What you weigh?
Anyway.
Hang on.
Thank you, Shane. Appreciate you. Jimmy Reyes Art, thank you for being here as the least senior member here. We've got to say goodbye to you because we've got the underboss in the back room, if you know what I mean.
No problem. Thank you so much,
Hang
guys.
out. If somebody leaves, please pop back in. Okay, my friend?
I will. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Take it easy, bro.
Peace out, brother.
As the most senior member, I'm bailing too. The pumpkin just pulled up outside.
Oh, for God's sake, why didn't you say that before Jimmy left? Okay, thank you, Mike Barron.
Yeah, it was Jimmy, come back.
Bad timing.
See you guys.
All right, see you later.
Mike.
I was raised by the wolves, ate till they fool. Run through the night, playing with your life. Going against the pack, that's risking your life. Better play it right, yeah, you better play it right. I got loyalty and blood.
I saw that coming a mile away.
Did you really?
There you go.
Yeah, I was like, well, Mike Barron's right there. He's going to leave as soon as Jimmy goes.
Oh, my God.
Mike looks for any crack in the door to run through.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The bricks reminded him.
Well, he makes his appearance. He discusses what he wants to discuss. He keeps it pithy, and he moves it along. And that's what our friend Mike Barron does. Welcome, John Malin. Are you watching this historic campaign tonight? How do you feel?
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of it on Twitter. I guess it's doing well.
All right, so there is a mysterious 4th cover that is out there. We don't know who it is yet. There's a 4th cover, and of course, whoever is the artist of the 4th cover, that's the main cover that will be unlimited. Okay, the way that Eric does this, and we don't know who that 4th cover artist is.
I can tell you who it ain't.
Yeah, me too. I can tell you who it ain't.
Yeah. So you're saying it isn't you, John?
Nope.
It is not Dale Keown. Well, it's not Dale Keown because Dale was like very.
I know who it is.
You know who it is, Shane?
I'm 99% sure. I know
Shane,
who
if you know who it is, just say it.
You know. I'm not, but I do know who it is. I'm 99% sure I know who it is.
Gabe El Tayyib?
Colorist.
I say that and everybody laughs. Like, what? I know it's like Urash Matar says they edited Spider-Man and Lord of the Rings because of 9/11.
What did they edit in Lord of the Rings for 9/11?
Well, they originally had Gandalf bringing down the Twin Towers, and they thought that after it actually happened, they probably wouldn't be a good idea, so they cut that whole thing.
2 towers.
The second one. Yeah.
Was he flying a plane when he took them down?
Yeah.
No, he was on a butterfly, but
Invisible.
it's kind of the same thing, though.
Mr. Joker 1128 says I got both covers, but I added EVS to the cart first.
Hell.
The best part about the whole Marvel 9/11 thing with Juggernaut is when they did the issue where the Spider-Man issue with the black cover, and they take a second to show all the villains standing there at the rubble. Juggernaut's there crying, and it's like, you fucking blew half of it up.
Yeah, in the 90s.
Yeah,
it made no sense whatsoever. It's like, why is he there? Because somebody beat him to it.
Why would villains be crying about 9/11 anyway? Like, oh well, 3,000
That
people
whole
died.
issue was weird.
Presumably, you've killed hundreds of thousands of people in your career as a supervillain. Many of you, Doctor Doom with a tear. Really, Doctor Doom, hypocrite much?
Yeah.
200 Watt Studio says, "Why are you Shane so surly tonight?"
I'm not. I'm actually
Don't call me
nursing
Shirley.
I'm actually nursing a cracked rib, so I've been kind of bitter.
Whoa.
You did crack your
Nancy
rib,
had enough, huh?
Yeah, I've not had a good night's sleep in like 4 days.
You gotta find that right position, right?
I roll in my sleep, so I wake up screaming.
Just
Yeah,
rolling.
there is no right.
I wake
right
up
over
like,
the
So Shane, I guess you could say you've been sleeping like a baby, up every 20 minutes crying, huh?
Oh my god, it's a lot like that.
That's the real baby.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about how you cracked your rib?
No.
It was a teenager, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. It was a dude with a wife and kids, and he weighed about 120.
Yeah, he had a lot of anger in him.
You weighed about 120. Everybody's like, it's 50%. Son of a bitch comes out with a spinning
120,
side kick. Son of a
child.
bitch.
That's what happens when you hit on somebody
Oh my
else's
god,
wife.
let's all talk at once.
I got 120 in my dick.
Let me just repeat this super chat. Why is Shane so surly tonight? Shane
Yeah.
says, I'm not surly. Shane, sorry, go ahead. What
No,
happened?
I hang on.
Don't laugh, it'll hurt your rib.
Tonight. I don't think I don't.
120
let's talk about
Hercules
some
came
comics.
towering
Let's talk
down
about
on him.
some comics. Let's talk about some comics.
I want to apologize to Pizza Medi, who doesn't come in here all the time and is not used to this from Shane. I want to say I'm sorry to you for having to endure this.
I just want to know what happened.
Yes, everybody does.
Son of a bitch. All right. The son of a bitch.
What happened?
It was all 50% sparring. Son of a bitch comes in with a spinning side kick at everything he had. Everything. And I ate it. And I was like, oh, and then I'm chasing him around the whole time. I weigh about 190.
You should have blocked it.
You can't. All right. Well,
Did you think about that at all, Shane? Did that occur to you? Like, hey, if I block this thing,
yeah. No,
I could minimize the damage.
So that's the thing about 50% sparring. Hang on, that's about 50% sparring is 100% blows through every block. You usually block for the velocity and power, but anyways. So my elbow kind of hit his ankle. He's like, boo hoo hoo. I'm like, my fucking rib, boo hoo hoo, you know. And then we're going at it. I weigh 195. Pissed me off because I can't. I mean, let's say if I hit him 100%, like he's 120 pounds.
He probably
like,
would have felt
the
it at,
asshole.
like, he's like, oh, this guy hit me at 50%.
I'm hitting at 50. He's hitting at like 100. And then he's like, ha ha
Well,
ha.
I'm saying he's 120. He's 120. He's a younger guy. You know,
No, he's not younger.
50 his 50 probably felt like 100 to you.
Were you tempted at all to crack him in
What?
the nuts to get revenge, Shane?
No.
Oh.
I mean, I was tempted to knock him out, but not hit him in the nuts.
Like that Johnny Cage, that split move, and then you're.
But that was the other thing too, is he had hit me in the nuts right prior to that kick. So
No, that'll not be pissed. He set you up.
Yeah, no, he said I was pissed about the nut shot.
Mhm. Got you off your game and then came in with that kick. Oh, that's
That's what it's about, man.
No mercy.
Come in at 100% then. And
That
apologize later.
Indiana Jones just would have pulled out his gun and shot him.
He would have, yeah.
Simpler.
All right, that was it. There's not a lot to the story. I stay active in the gym. Got a cracked rib. It happened.
Ribs take a while to heal.
It's about 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Are you taped?
Wow.
No, there's no taping it. It's not going to do much. I mean, ribs, you can't do anything for it. And it's in the same place where I had a broken rib before, so I don't know if that's part of the issue with the pain.
Well, thank you for letting
Yes,
us know.
I didn't want to share the story. You're welcome.
It's a good story.
Not really.
John, what's
Like
going
a
on here?
Kevlar vest or something? You know,
John, can you explain what the tension around this around Shane Davis tonight? Like, what's your opinion?
I don't know. I just got here, man. But yeah, you can feel it, right?
I can feel the rib. Yeah, that's the tension. I'm sitting on the rib.
Can you stop worrying about your own rib and start tickling the ribs of the people who are here tonight to view you and to have a good time watching you and your Adidas, as they say, your Adidas.
Look at my cool Trap Jaw shirt. I wore it just for this show.
I like that Trap Jaw shirt. That's really nice.
Trap Jaw, really cool character. Had his jaw taken off by Keldor.
So
you know who Keldor is?
Like Roger Ebert.
I love Keldor. I wish Keldor was around still.
I wish he was, but he's not. He's Skeletor now.
Can somebody mock up Roger Ebert as Trapjaw at the end of his life?
Oh, may I please?
Son of Liberty Radio says, "Is there a Black Lightning? There is a Black Lightning cover too, Brick City. So a lot of black people punching through walls. That Shane had plenty of reference to work from for his cover, which I think is good.
Trying to keep it, street level vigilante.
That's called hunted. Trying to keep it hunted. 100.
Hunted.
Yeah, no cap. Jay Bomba fan says, some class, please, Shane. Malin is here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Everybody's excited.
I got a question. So am I wrong in this? The Shane Davis variant is at $100 and the Ethan Van Sciver is at $35. Why isn't that the other way around? What makes Shane so special?
Have
You
you
mean the
seen
price?
Smile?
Well, John, if you knew the answer to that, you would laugh.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, you ready? I'll tell you, and I'll put
Tickle
it in
my
the private,
ribs.
I'll tell you in the private chat.
Oh.
Okay.
And John, we have your poster here.
Beautiful.
Eddie finally put a label on it. The great Renzini packed
Hold
it
it
up like 2 weeks ago. Can't pull it out. We just taped it up. It's all taped.
Got him, Ethan.
Thank you.
Got him.
So I'm quite happy with the prices being what they are. I think that's a good thing. And my best wishes to Shane Davis. All right, now hold on a second here. Jonathan Hart says, John, please tell Shane how to draw a $100 cover.
Yeah.
Wow. It's getting nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get inspired. You say, what is a way that I can take this character in which nobody else has taken this character yet? How do I set myself apart from the rest of the field? I got a black man. He's a superhero. He's black.
And what would you do, John? Do you have an idea, like what you're? You know what? Don't say, because I'm sure that you're going to be utilizing.
My idea would never be used. The book is too clean, too safe. For me.
You're dangerous.
I'm dangerous. It's true.
We know that to be true.
Yeah,
Darren Wagner.
I have a cover in my head. It would never work.
Do you want to draw it? You want to do a doodle of it, or you
For fun?
For fun, yeah.
I don't think we can do that on YouTube.
Yeah, it's just going to be a big dick.
Oh my god!
Dickman versus ISOM.
Bane going up.
Somebody
Only
did
one
say
will
that
win.
if John's cover was the fourth one, it'd be cover D. So I mean, it'd be kind of perfect. You know?
You're great. Yeah.
Let me see. Darren Wagner says, "Didn't Shatterstar cause Juggy to drop the tower? Is that the way that Shatterstar did?
They didn't drop it. Like, did it drop, or they blew up the top half?
Blew up the top.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
thing.
Me either.
I don't know.
Very interesting. Very
Todd McFarlane, Rob Liefeld.
Tom Tuttle says, Hail Kings, 3 cover tier back, Hail Eric and F, organized chaos. Yeah, F that guy. Hold on, I'm catching up with the chat. Thank you guys for sending super chats through this. We hit 700,000 on ISOM. 200 Watt Studio says opponent was American 50 Cent, but Shane was using Canadian currency in the ring.
So, real quick, my thought process on my cover was really just to give him an iconic shot of the character and show some sort of superpower and really big, bold type of Marvel coming at you character cover. That was the rough he picked. I had a couple other ones. So,
so you're like Eric, I got this drawing of a guy punching. What did the other two have? Was he kicking?
No, the other was a montage of a bunch of characters.
No.
What?
Just standing there?
No.
Everybody coming out in an action pose?
I can't get anything from Shane. No.
By the way, the cover. Look, Eric liked the cover. That's all I got. You know, people seem to like it. Some people
cover's
hate
great.
it.
Why are you defensive over it? I don't understand.
I don't know. Can we see it? Can we see it?
All right, I'll show it again.
Okay.
We'll look at it. I mean, Shane.
I know I'm late to the party. We're rehashing.
Yeah, no problem.
This cover, so
Shane's cover, John.
Oh, yeah. Look, you put some bricks in there. I like how it looks like Michael B. Jordan, but with Beetlejuice's chin.
Oh,
yeah.
Who, me?
This is going to be a good Kings.
Is it?
Oh, oh yeah, a good one.
But isn't that weird, Shane? When you're drawing a black character, you kind of feel a little bit racist.
Oh my God!
You got to think about what makes a black
out there. I never,
Wow.
Dale, never have I ever felt racist drawing a black character. But now that you say it, I think I'm gonna turn my camera off.
I think that says more about me than you.
A little bit.
Is your face getting red?
No.
No, I do. I feel racist.
You feel racist when you draw black?
Yes. Also, it's like if it's Asian, you're drawing the eyes very Asian-y. You know,
How far does that scroll up, Ethan?
That's it. That's all of it. That's the cover there. I mean, a little
no, there's a room there. Okay.
There's a
All
little
right,
bit
just
more.
making sure
There's
he's got
a
room
little
for the logo. Good job.
With the
Good
logo,
job.
the logo.
Great bricks, Shane.
Yeah, very bricky.
This guy, he sure can
Good
draw
job,
brick,
Shane.
can he?
Yeah.
It sounds sarcastic or something.
Yeah, a little bit, John. I feel like you
I
disapprove.
mean, it's a compliment. But...
I like it, Shane. I think you did a good job, and I salute. But hats off to you. Great work.
It is dynamic and wonderful.
Yeah, it really is a good cover. It would make a great T-shirt. It is.
Dude, would make the T-shirt.
Yeah, it should. Yes, and you know what else? It really should be in 3D. I can picture this in 3D. John, would you do a 3D version of this drawing?
3 dick.
Yeah.
3 dick
I see where that's going.
All right, very good. I don't care. Shane, you did a great job. Don't let anyone criticize you. Don't take nothing off of nobody.
Now he's
not
gonna feel
really
self-conscious
thinking about it.
Yeah, before he wasn't thinking about it. Now it's like,
Sigma Comics says, fellas, what you do is inspirational. Never stop. Mike Barron for the win on Thinking Critical. Andy, see you in Charlotte. Pete, keep it pumping. Mr. Davis, kudos on your sparring. H.H. German. It's a guy named H.H. German.
Yep.
Which is his name.
Sounds like a Nazi.
Well, I mean, the H.H. could, I always said, like, the H.H. is peculiar, but that is his actual name. And I don't think it's a dog whistle or anything like that.
No,
I don't
he's a
think
good dude.
Yeah, he's a real good dude. All right, so Shane Davis and John Malin, Andy Smith, Peter Cimetti, Lopez, Billy Tucci, Dale Keown, Graham Nolan. We've got a hashtag going on Twitter right now, which is extraordinary. Have you guys seen this hashtag? Comics broke me.
Yeah, whenever it's last night, some of them.
They came after me. I was just trying to be positive and inspiring people.
What did
They
they
came after you? That's exactly why they came after you, Billy.
Yeah, Billy, when you posted yours, to be honest, I couldn't tell if you were trolling. I swear, I know you meant well because I know you, but for a second, it's the
Oh.
photo, dude. It's like the photo you
You know, I didn't know the content. I did not know the original content. I'm still not sure.
Hang on, Billy.
I just saw comics. No, by the time I went on, I was on with Lopez. Thank you, Lopez, last night. That was a great stream. So I was hanging out, waiting to watch my serial killer videos with Debbie, and then she was doing something. It's a romantic Sunday night thing to do.
His how-to
And I just went on and I saw this all these pros saying comics broke me.
And this is what Billy said. Billy said,
it was great, Billy.
Billy,
wealthy.
Look, no. The best part is the photo of your dog, like that, right next to you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude, that's why it looks like a troll, Billy. Like it's like you're.
No,
dude, because he's like a Sherlock Holmes villain.
That's the photo I took of her the day before she died. She had cancer.
They don't know that, Billy. No, you have to understand. They don't know that.
It looks like you live in a Scottish castle.
Yeah.
It's not a Scottish. It's a Queen Anne Victorian. Okay, it's not a Scottish castle.
It's Queen Anne.
It's Destro's ancestral home.
In my defense, and like I said, I felt awful when I saw the content of this.
The contact.
This young man who apparently did he see? I don't know. See, I don't get
Billy,
it.
why would you feel awful? This is great.
Somebody said
This should inspire.
No, Pete. You're gonna find out in a second. Don't say anything.
Did his mom say
All right.
comics broke me? Did his mother do it? Like he died of overworking comics, and I don't know. Like
no, he didn't.
We all work 18 hours a day.
There are people who are projecting that onto him. He was a SoCal, arts. What's that called? The Cal Arts.
Yeah,
Cal Arts artist.
Cal Arts.
Yeah.
This guy did not die of work.
I heard he did a 120-page penciled, inked, lettered, or something. A 120-page story for Zenescope 10 years ago, and they never paid him.
Right.
Then I started researching it, and I'm trying. And then I did and I still wrote my more involved tweet before I even knew what was going on earlier today, because I wanted to inspire, because I'm so frustrated and infuriated with the
even if that guy died of overwork, okay, and even if he did, and I'm positive he didn't, okay, even if he did, that's no excuse for what we're about to read, which is a parade of self-pitying. And by the way, you're never gonna guess. So first of all, let's do Billy Tucci's thing. Let's start from the beginning. Comics broke me is a hashtag. Billy Tucci says, comics broke me out of poverty almost 30 years ago. Thank you, comics, for allowing me to marry the girl of my dreams, raise a family, and take care of relatives in a way I never could have dreamed. God bless you, fans and funny books. Hashtag poor no more. Hashtag I love comics.
Okay.
Guys, full of positivity.
I have no inner monologue. Maybe I should have read that, and maybe I should have.
No, Billy, you did fine. And then look at this.
Do
you have any? By the way, this person, neurotic X-wing jockey, says, "Do you know how absolutely monstrous this reply is?"
I know monsters. I've met monsters face to face. You have no idea what a fucking monster is.
Can we? I want to see this picture again. Like, I'm sorry.
Okay,
Let's do this picture. Billy, you look like you have servants. I just want to point that out.
I don't have servants. I'm the servant of this house. But we do have. I got to tell you though.
This is a vibe. This whole picture.
Billy, you look like Billy. You look like you haven't ever wore the same pair of socks twice.
I'm going to an event at the well, why not go? I'm going to an event for the Robbie Burns dinner. Robbie Burns, the greatest Scottish.
You don't have to explain it to us.
I know. It's a great picture. Be proud of it.
Billy, what your experience right now is called white guilt. Right? I would like to reach out and help you with that.
Really?
I would. I've wrestled with this myself. Being about it.
Dude, it's such an awesome picture. You know what it projects? Success.
The only thing missing,
cigar.
And giving me all that success.
Underwear.
We live in the past, and you guys can attest to this. I mean, that everything that I owe to the fans because of which was my self-published book, my creation. We own it all, right?
Yep.
Debbie and I own it all. I own it all. and you know, so I was able to buy a nice house because of the fact. Like I said, it was.
Billy, don't you understand
brag
that?
more? Jesus Christ!
Don't you understand, Billy? People are dying everywhere because of comics. People are dying in the ghetto streets of poverty because they're comic book artists. And here's you. You're like, hey, thanks, comics. Billy.
Billy, you're the 1%. I want you to know that.
Billy, you are the problem with
Billy Tucci, the 1%.
He's like Dr. Doom. Should have ended that tweet with Excelsior.
Hello to the bad guy. Why don't I
Billy,
like
Billy, you need a word balloon above your head that says Imperious Rex.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It should be like, so says Tucci.
Or enough said, you know.
Or like, what if I throw something like, there I was.
You know what? You should redo this photo, but put stacks of money and gold coins at your feet.
And like Billy Tucci bots around you, like your Dr. Doom.
I want to thank all the fans out there for supporting us.
No, somebody needs to like do a version of this where there are like poor comic book artists underneath him. Like one of those classic JLA covers where like you're standing on a pile of bodies.
No. Photoshop the chair out and have Joe Glass as the chair. Like he's.
No one do that. No one do that. Do not do that.
Somebody's gonna do it.
I'm gonna fucking die.
Somebody's gonna do it.
I worked my ass off. I came from nothing. I had nothing. I was so friggin' poor with no idea. Right? I put myself through school. I was able to, I got guaranteed student loans. I paid my
the guilt.
Yeah,
I know, Billy. Like,
Billy, you don't need to justify.
Do what I do. I adopt some Ethiopians to feel good.
Elongated Musket says, Tooch, quote unquote, stay thirsty, you mooks. Yeah, that's exactly.
I spent all day Saturday honoring veterans at our county convention. All day Sunday, removing an entire pile of wood and cleaning my whole yard up.
Yeah.
You know,
is that giant yard? That huge piece of
wow, his whole yard. Listen to him.
Yeah.
You've got a yard.
I bet you got some people mowing it for you too, don't you, Billy?
Yes.
This is absolutely
yes, I do. I don't.
Yes, I do.
I do. We have landscapers. The whole cul-de-sac is landscapers. All right.
Oh God.
We have landscapers.
Must be nice.
Now this is why Billy had problems over this.
Yeah.
Because I mean there are some problems. Now this is what people are talking about.
I didn't apologize though. Like,
no,
hang on, I gotta bring this up. This
I hope you do, Shane. I hope you.
Hang on. Somebody says Scrooge McTooch. Scrooge McTooch.
I like it. Now, real quick, before we can go, real quick.
Okay.
There was so much of this quote unquote comic pros, and Graham Nolan, listen to me, stay with me for a second. So much of them crying poverty and crying comics broke me that they took over the initial conversation of this poor guy that passed away, who died either by malnutrition. I don't know what stress. I don't know what killed him. That his mother said, but all these weirdos took that over. They what you call monopolize it, or they what's the word? They like an infestation. So
well, they projected themselves onto it. This is
right. And I never saw poor Mr. McGinty. I didn't see Ian McGinty's original.
Right. No.
The word you're looking for is hijacked.
They
hijacked. They injected themselves into his story.
Yeah.
So at a time when basically Image Comics employees, the paper shufflers of Image have unionized and are attacking Image Comics from within, okay? And these people are fighting really hard for more money when there isn't more money, and none of these people are willing to actually make a product that actually sells and has an audience. They refuse to do that. They're finding, in my opinion, here's what they're doing. In my opinion, Ian McGinty, at the age of 38, who has passed on, they are using him as a way of saying, yeah, look, this is going to happen to us too, unless you start paying us a little bit more. And by the way, I want you to notice something. Let me read. This is Bleeding Cool. Condra Wells tweeted about how comics have broken her. Shabana Sukdar, I don't know. Basically Casey Novak, Anne Marie Rogers, Kelly Fitzpatrick.
I don't know who any of these people are. I've never heard
I've been
of
in comics for 30 years. I've never heard of any of these people.
Yeah. Oh, there's one I know. Jody Hauser. I know that name.
Yeah.
I know the name, but I have no idea what she's done.
Yeah, that's all I know.
Well, what she's done is be a woman in comics, which means to be a pill and to cause trouble. I just want to say that, like, most of the people who are using this hashtag coincidentally seem to be female. I don't know.
Well, that's an important part of this story.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody notices that. Like, most of this comics broke me. It's like you're all like they're mostly girls or guys who are behaving like girls.
But here's the other thing too, like you said, and I'm sorry, now I'm all heated up, and I will shut up. I'll mute myself. But
Tell us about the numbers in your bank account.
Would you let him talk, Shane?
I don't know what's I don't know what's in the bank account. I honestly have no idea what's in the bank account.
Okay.
Debbie does all that. Anyway,
I mean,
all I know is that these people, though, they're the same people that they want to be in comics, and that is their chosen profession, whether they can make a living doing it or not. And working at another job, we've had this conversation, is beneath them. So they won't get jobs in a Starbucks or a Home Depot or a hardware store or any other place because they'd rather go for a GoFundMe and beg for money to do that.
Yeah.
Correct? Right? So again, enough of this. This millennial, you have an entire generation of adults now that were raised where everyone gets a trophy.
Yeah.
And because they're not giving their trophy, their participation trophy, now they're all upset. Well, not everyone's Tom fucking Brady. I'm sorry. Not everyone's going to be the captain of the football team. Not everyone's going to play. There's got to be people that ride the bench. Sorry, that's the way it is. And you talk about a caste system in comics, and I did that in my follow-up tweet. There's probably 24, I say, comic book professionals in the mainstream comic industry, excluding us, present company exclusion, that can actually support their families, right? You're talking maybe 24, 25 men and women that make enough money, Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo, guys like that are so high on the upper echelon that they can provide for their families. The rest of them aren't. You cannot be an inker in comics today and provide for your family. There's no fucking way unless you're Scott Williams.
Right.
Yeah, it's
right?
very
Like Danny Mickey, right? What is it? 4 of them?
Or Scott Hanna.
Scott Hanna.
Yeah, I was
right?
just saying Scott Hanna. Yeah,
There are a few.
There's like maybe 5.
There's a few.
Right? But so Klaus. Enough of it. But I'm saying.
So these guys are living paycheck to paycheck.
If these comics were selling in the millions, that's the thing too, is that you have to derive these paychecks from comics that are selling. And if the comics aren't selling in the millions, I don't know why people can go, well, they should get paid more. Right. So if the comics, if the comics are selling, and roughly most of these people I'm seeing what they do, it's indie books, and they're lucky if the book even sells 5,000 through distribution. That's nothing. You're not going to get paid a lot. If you're, at that point, you're lucky if you're getting paid anything. So it's not like, the publishers need to pay more. No, there's a lot of problems within the industry itself in terms of sales footprint. And I've talked about that a lot already. Distribution, all kinds of stuff. But at the end of the day, the biggest problem is the comics being made. And the fact that the industry loves to blame the customer. Even what happened in the 90s, what's it called? Oh, it's the collector bubble that burst. It's not the publishers were cranking out gimmick after gimmick.
Right.
And people decided, you know what? I'm going to stop buying these cases of worthless pieces of paper. Blame it on the customer.
Yeah.
Blame it on the customer. Why don't you reassess what you're doing within the industry, the stories you're telling, how you're selling these books, where you're selling these books, the kind of marketing that you're doing, and then maybe you get more sales, and then these creators can cry, "Hey, where's our money? We're selling books."
Oh, it's absolutely infuriating. Look at this guy, David Lasky. 10 years ago, my graphic novel won the Eisner Award. Why haven't I not created a follow-up book? Well, after finishing our book, my co-author and I were broke. I went back to work for a bakery. My co-author was homeless for a while. Our graphic novel didn't make us royalties.
I love how he uses the Eisner as like the touchstone here. Like, we won an Eisner. Why aren't we rich?
Yeah, I let him know. I said, because the Eisner Award is gay.
Good. Thank you.
Start making comics for established audiences or stay broke and homeless. Nobody needs you to do this. Nobody needs your comic book. You're doing this to yourself.
Wow, that is so dead on, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does this? And then this? Look at this guy earning royalties. really should be a standard in this industry, especially when something like this wins an Eisner Award. So sorry you had to go through all that. After you understand these people.
How much you want to make a bet that guy didn't? Yeah, but did that guy actually buy that other guy's comic? I bet you didn't.
It's stupid. By the way, nobody wants your comics. How does that follow? Royalties happen when books sell. Nobody wants these comics. I hate to tell you, all of you, the Eisner Award isn't granted to people for making a marketable product. It acknowledges an artistic achievement in the opinion of a small gay committee in Southern California. Either make Batman comics or stop crying. And by the way, but if you want to make money, that's what you need to do. People want Batman, not just Batman, but Batman style stuff. They want superhero comics. Instead, all these guys want to do is do little weird little self-referential comics about when they got their first blowjob from another boy. And that's what they want to do. And then they want to stick them in your libraries.
Right?
Nobody wants this. Like, there's no audience for your offensive, weird autobiographical comics. You're not that interesting. In fact, you're fucking boring. You're a bisexual millennial. You're the most boring individual on the entire planet. Please stop making comics. You're killing trees for nothing. You're killing trees to make yourself homeless. You understand? Yeah. It is the most retarded line and then to go, well, where's the money? And then they just say things like, yeah, royalties should be an industry standard. No, they're not. They're not an industry standard
you
for
have to sell a
failure.
certain amount first.
You don't get rewarded for failure, and that's what this is.
It's like the Special Olympics of comics.
This is such an entitlement generation. It just makes me
sick, you're right.
That they think that
100%.
because I want to do comics that I should be rich because this is what I want to do, regardless if you have the talent or the ability or even a good idea to sell to somebody. That doesn't matter. I am throwing myself into this arena. I should get paid for it. It's like the WNBA bitching because they're not making as much money as the NBA is. It's because nobody watches it.
Right.
The
women's soccer team.
The bisexual millennial, though, is the loudest voice on social media. So they expect as some sort of the same type
they don't have broken rib
because of lack of jobs.
Same results. When you're going down this list, though, there's an important thing about this hashtag. When you went down through that list and nobody recognizes any of these people, a lot of these people are like the product of diversity hires.
Right.
That doesn't mean that they're going to get rich. It just means that a company greenlit your book just because you hit a certain demographic.
Right.
And in a weird way, they're sort of this weird victim of diversity hiring where they don't understand why that they can't afford to do comics, why their books don't sell.
That's all there is from that kind of hiring is victims.
Right.
Yeah. They're hiring victims.
And that's how they market them until they can find another victim.
And then they bitch because capitalism. This is a capitalism is screwing me over. What it means is I don't have any talent, so therefore I can't earn my own way. So the government should be paying me to do what I want to do, even though I suck at it.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. But they
Hey, if I show up with a ball glove, doesn't mean I can go play center field for the Yankees. You know,
maybe now
I'm
here.
Yeah. Hey, I got my glove. I deserve that spot. No, you know what? They're unwilling to be introspective and to assess their own talents and skills. And I don't mean just artistically, but their ability to market, their ability to read the market and understand what people are buying, and to then dovetail their work into that market instead of doing these self-aggrandizing, bullshit projects like Ethan had mentioned.
So, Graham, you might back me up on this. I went through this last night, but when one of the first things going to the Kubert School, they point out is that there's artists who you do things for your feelings and stuff, and then there's commercial artists, which is comics because you have to pay for the comic, right? You're being hired to do a job. You used to doing comics, you weren't sitting there doing like your film, the character Spider-Man didn't reflect how I felt, or Superman or I like these characters, but they're not, sometimes you have to draw things you do for money, not because they're my feelings or whatever. This is like this weird area where it's a lot of personal comics with inserts or propaganda or whatever, and they don't understand why they're not selling, but they want money. They don't care if they sell. And it's really weird. They could go do these books all day long, just don't expect to get paid for it.
That's honesty. Then they have been introspective and they're honest about it. but
They
they're,
know. They
they're-
know.
they want to get the money, and they know this stuff isn't going to sell. Hey, John.
That's true.
John's a thinking man.
Yeah, they've never had to struggle.
No, they
Well,
have
they-
struggling
this is
now.
the first struggle, and they can't handle
Yeah,
it.
now you're struggling, and now they're poor, and now they're freaking out, and if a tweet costs
And
a
they're-
fucking dollar,
And their
you know,
parents
basically
coddled
they
them.
have no tweets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dale, I think in life, and this is what I tell Hunter. I'm like, you got to make decisions about what kind of life you want to lead, and then tailor your behavior and career accordingly. If you want to be heroin addicted bisexual, living with 5 roommates in a stinking hellhole, then do what these people are doing. You create comic books about what it means to be gender neutral, and try to sell them, flip them to woke librarians, and see how far that gets you in life. That's not going to get you very far. If you want money, you have to make different choices. You have to realize that it's like you have to create a product that's marketable, that has mass appeal. I always used to say at DC Comics, I said, I want to be the Aerosmith of I don't even like fucking Aerosmith, but I want to be the Aerosmith of comic book artists. I choose the biggest stadiums to perform on. I used to say, I want the biggest projects, whatever they are. I don't go to you and go, I want to work on this obscure, tiny, weird character. I'm not looking for a Commandy mega series, okay? I'm not. I'm looking for Green Lantern, Superman, Batman. I want to be on the widest stages possible to support my wide, fat ass. And that's how that leads to success. That leads to money. That leads to commercial opportunities if that's what you're looking for. See, what I resent is having to listen to some dumb women. Period. Well, holy shit. I don't even have to say anything else.
End the sentence.
Yeah, that's it. I resent having to listen to some dumb women who've made dumb life choices rather than getting married and having children and, serving your husband and God. Rather than doing that, you decide to tell gay little stories in Coward style. You are one of a billion. You're not that interesting. Nobody wants your product. You're not owed anything. And then when money doesn't come your way, it's everybody else's problem. Somebody, unfortunately, who I got to read this. I got to read this article to give this context.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
read it.
Let's get back to this because this is infuriating to me. It does.
Am I going to
piss
need
me
a
off.
drink for this?
Yeah, you might. The bottoms up. I mean, look. All right, so here it is. The tragic death of Ian McGinty at the age of 38. And I think it's between the lines what happened here. He didn't work himself to death. Okay, I'm pretty sure it seems like this was a choice. Has brought a new focus on working pressures of modern comic book creators with a hashtag comics broke me. Now, having said what I just said, okay, and God bless Ian McGinty. I didn't know him. I looked at him. I looked at a picture of him. He's a super handsome, hip young comic book artist, a hipster. He looks a little like Jim Morrison in the face. I'm sure the ladies loved this guy, okay? But clearly he had some problems. Now, there's something about leftism and SJWs, and particularly the LGBTQ movement, particularly the trans movement, that has decided that the way to advance and get what you want is to threaten to self-harm. They go, well, this is saving trans lives. This law, this movement is saving trans lives. The implicit underneath that is a threat of self-harm, that things better change or I'm going to hurt myself. And I really don't think this generation should be coddled in that way. So using this
toddlers,
well, pretty much, yeah,
holding their breath until they get what they want.
Whatever Ian McGinty's situation was, I really resent seeing all of these people say comics broke me and basically imply that they are also going to self-harm unless somebody arrives with a big truckload of money for all of them for work that nobody wants. And that's what this is. That's all this is.
Mm-hmm.
Infuriating. All right. Every post about Ian McGinty is, he was the nicest dude in the world. He encouraged me as an artist. He was so funny and kind. He was also an artist, okay? And clearly he had emotional problems, as we all do. And then inevitably, he worked so much. He worked more than I thought was possible. Just constant creative output. Good for him. He loved comics so much. All he wanted to do was to make art. And it's so hard not to feel like the industry took advantage of that and exploited him. What was he, the fucking Beatles? Well, I missed McGinty Mania. I didn't see that. I didn't see the part where like his output was so desirable that so many people were demanding he make more and more and more of this stuff. And this is what these people are trying to say. We're being worked to death. No, you're not. There's no demand, Condra Wells, for your artwork. None. Whoever you are. There's no demand for it. I've never heard of you. I've never heard of any of you people. The idea that you're being worked to death and exploited by the comic book industry, on the other hand, you're trying to exploit the comic book industry. It's you trying to take from the comic book industry when you're not entitled to it. Create a product that people want, and you will find yourself with a little money in your pocket. Right, John?
Yep.
Well, I also take offense to this because I've been doing this for 30 years, and I would challenge anybody to say they put in more hours of work time than I have. And especially these punks to sit there and say that, oh, I worked myself to death. I've been doing this for 30 years, generally 7 days a week for my entire freaking life, at least 8 hours a day, probably more, still living, still alive.
Yeah. And
got a roof over your head.
And I think this also takes away from people who have been exploited by mainstream comics or taken advantage of, like Kirby or Siegels or Schusters and creators. And I just don't like people coining it right away and saying, "We're the real victims here." It's like, I don't. You produced something that wasn't profitable or memorable. I don't think you've been exploited.
You know what?
The
greatest shortcoming too is that they all define themselves as artists. Yeah, we're artists, we're creators, we're going to do this, and that's all fine and good. But just remember Will Eisner and Joe Kubert. You got to be a businessman just as much as you got to be creative, and those are the skills you have to teach yourself as well. You know, you can't just be off in La La Land, like creating all your shit and being in your own little world, creating elves or whatever. You got to actually get out there and market that stuff. You got to get it to the people you want it to get to, and in turn get money back. I mean, that's business.
Well, I think a lot of it too is like, you said, or Aaron said, they call themselves artists, and it's fine. We're all artists, but at the same time, it is commercial art. You know, and you have to produce something people want. If you want to be a fine artist and paint your feelings or draw your feelings, knock yourself out, and until you get a gallery show that's going to pay the big bucks and people are going to buy your work and stuff, you're probably going to be working another job, because it is very hard to be that type of artist. There's
shouldn't there be royalties? Shouldn't these people all get royalties? Royalties are free money, right? Shouldn't all of them get royalties?
Yeah. They should get royalties based off what they should get royalties. They absolutely should get royalties based off what they sell.
What they deserve,
You know, and I actually would argue most of these people do have that cooked into their deals. They're just not selling.
They're just not selling enough.
Oh yeah.
They're not going over the threshold.
I was at a convention right before, probably it might have been 2 years before COVID, but so it was like 5 or 6 years ago. And this girl came up to me, and I was, working on whatever I was working on for DC, right? So all my banners and everything.
Yeah, what'd she look like?
Yeah.
No, that wasn't that kind. She was doing her own comic.
Did you piss her off?
You enough.
Sorry.
And but she was kind of sitting down and across from me, because I was right kind of at the center aisle. So I could see her 2 down from me, and she was like doing some comic that looked like she had, like some short-haired chick drinking coffee or something, And she came over and was talking to me about how, how difficult it was. No one would buy her book, and and they use this excuse. All anybody ever wants to buy.
That's when he pulled his dick out.
Yeah, he said, "You get paid on the back end around here, sweetheart." You know what I mean?
But she was like complaining that all anybody ever wants is superheroes, and I'm like, well, the market is what the market is, But and I was looking at her book, and I was going, okay, it's unprofessional. It's about something that looks incredibly boring to me. And like I said, it was self-reflexive in the very least. Her main character looked just like her, and she was sitting there drinking coffee or whatever. It was these big art banners with her, this character drinking coffee. And you're like, who do you think is going to buy this? I tried to be nice to her, but this has been in play forever. These people that just think, where's my money at? How come I'm not doing as well as you? I go, well, I'm drawing Wonder Woman.
Drawing action.
That has something to do with it. I don't know. I mean, it's just, it's amazing how they just don't realize what the industry is and why they can't, and they can't figure out how to make it work for them.
Yeah, they can't read the room.
They won't, and they don't put the work in. They don't.
No, they don't.
I don't know about Ian, you know what I mean? But all these other people bitch, and that's why on me, I never even got to see the Ian, the original tweet about Ian because all these people hijacked it. Thank you, Shane Davis.
They made it about them. That's all it is. Like,
exactly
God bless Ian McGinty. God bless his family. I don't know. I looked at some of his work and I said, oh, yeah, it's Cal Arts. It's whatever. It's not for me. I don't know if he was popular or not. What I do know is this entire hashtag is people who have hijacked him and his legacy, his problems, whatever it is, and made it all about them and how they're suffering and failing in comics. Well, I got news for you. The entire comic book industry is suffering and failing, and maybe perhaps it's a little bit under the weight of people who have attitudes like these. Gold Arrow Comics for $10 says, for the past 2 years, we have given blood and sweat producing a company. We are proud of our success, and we blame no one but ourselves for any failures. We believe fully in the market economy. Market economy. I mean, that's... all right, let me end. Yeah, Gold Arrow Comics are terrific. We looked at their videos, and their comics look terrific. By the way, D'Anio says, Eric July said, if he was thinking, he would have asked John for a cover. Instead, he asked Shane. And he would like a commission from John.
Fire.
I can see how that would happen.
Yeah. If John had room to do it. So commission. If Eric's listening, and I don't know if he is, but if Eric's listening, you know who you should go to? You should get John to do a cover for Alpha Core with Chuck Dixon. That book is right up John's alley. If you see the way John handles team books, I think he's the guy to do that gig.
I could have a bunch of guys punching walls for you, Eric.
Drinking coffee.
Well, drinking coffee.
Ethan, look what Casey Nowak wrote there. He says, I drew Lumberjanes 9/11, sounds like a great title, for $80 a page. One of my most miserable experiences of my entire life. I took up cigarettes. I kicked a hole in the cabinet door. I woke up stressed out and went to bed stressed out. Whose fault is that?
She picked up an expensive habit, is what she did. You don't want to. Yeah, you don't want to start.
Aaron, issues
smoking.
9 to 11.
What's that?
The issues 9 to 11.
Yeah.
Oh, 9 to okay.
Yeah.
Not
Lumberjanes. But
well, maybe
Lumberjanes
if it was 9 to 5 instead of working 2 hours, and you put a good 8-hour workday in, and you might have been a lot more happy.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's what they're saying. 9 to 11.
Blaming comics because they started smoking. They're blaming comics because they kicked a hole in the wall. They're blaming comics because they're stressed out all the time. Those are personal problems that they're creating for themselves.
Right.
Listen, Mark Waid used to punch holes in the wall over at CrossGen.
He made money in comics.
Yeah, he did.
At some point, you just have to look in the mirror and say, this is probably a me problem. Anyway, I was embarrassed. I went crawling back multiple times. I think I got them to give me $90 a page at one point. I'm talking about layout, pencils, and inks, all on Lumberjanes. I guess I believed in the comic. Well, again, Ian always had it worse, and he was the kind of guy who would be like, fuck you, I can do this. I had the same attitude sometimes. You aren't going to break me with your bullshit, but there's no getting through that. Comics are degrading all the way up and down. Not for me, they weren't.
No.
Yeah.
I know. I didn't have...
Why would
the
you do
deadlines were also so intense. Look at that. I love that when people cry about deadlines. That's the freaking job. Don't get involved. If you
or just
can't
blow
handle
them
a
all.
deadline.
And the feedback wasn't prompt. I mean, they treat their staff like trash, too, as far as I can tell. It seemed like every editor had 30 series. God, he was so passionate. He was good at it. He was so excited. I'm sorry. I knew how exploitable he was. I wish I had talked to him more about it. I'm so sorry. Anne-Marie Rogers says, very much my experience with Lumberjanes. Wasn't Lumberjanes the book created by the girl who made the She-Ra, lesbian She-Ra?
Yeah.
I love that they turn on each other, you know? It's like...
a matter of time.
Yeah, I mean, this is the way it is. All right, let me see. This is my favorite. Chris Finoglio. He's a Finuglio. Stanley Kids Media offered Finuglio. Offered me $0 for all rights to my self-published book. Hey, that's not a good deal. I would have said no to that.
Yeah.
They offered me. I got an offer for you. You open the pad. You open the paper. It says $0. You go, I'll take it.
Yeah, I need it.
That sounds like a rejection letter.
My offer is
that
no.
they thought was an offer.
Yeah. Thanks, no thanks.
And that was the best offer I had was 0. All right, so I got $0 for all rights to my self-published book, The Weird Kids. their contract also stipulated that I might be asked to do promo art and make changes to the book for free. Again, that just doesn't sound like a good contract, does it?
No, I wouldn't take that. No.
All right. They also denied. I love they offer me $0.
Hey, you know what? I got to interject here real quick because let's go back 30 years ago when I went to Adam Post and I proposed She to him, and he turned me down because and he said girl books don't sell.
Oh wow!
So what I should have done, if Twitter was, I should have went to Twitter and said that. Just went to yet another publisher and was turned down because he said, "quote unquote," girl books don't sell. Oh, then I would have got 50. I would have got 200 likes. Everyone would love that. And
then you could cash in those likes, right, for money at the bank.
Yeah,
I think you can.
That's how it works.
That's right.
That how.
This is so funny, dude. All right. They also denied my request for first right of refusal to create any potential sequels of my own book. They took your series for free. Hold on. Let me read this again. This has got to be a joke. Stanley Kids Media offered me $0 for all rights to my self-published book, Weird Kids. Their contract also stipulated that I might be asked to do promo art and make changes to the book for free. They also denied my request for first right of refusal to create any potential sequels of my own book. Licensed comics don't pay royalties like ever.
I love that. That just shows his ignorance. Yes, they do. You just got a bad contract, dude.
Right.
Yeah. That's a good point.
I don't know what's in it for you. Like so we'd like to take your project that you created for free. You're going to have to make changes, draw some stuff for free. We're not going to pay you for that. Also, if there are going to be any sequels of the book that we've stolen from you, we're going to probably hire someone else. So there you go. All right, sign on the dotted line. This is like the worst thing. All right, this guy's great. Saw the book I did for them a few years later at the Scholastic Book Fair at my kid's school. It probably didn't do amazing sales, but I'm sure it sold reasonably well.
Why would he assume that?
I don't know.
Because of Scholastic, they're like one of the biggest, I don't know, YA novel publishers.
No.
Yeah, they're in every book fair in the country.
Technically the biggest in the U.S. now. Yeah.
Doesn't mean your book will be, but they are. Yeah.
Oh my God! I told her that.
I'm getting a drink.
Yeah, I mean, this is the more you read about this. I mean, this is absolutely remarkable. And again, of course, most of these people are women. Andrea Purcell says, most of you know me through my work at Iron Circus, where I've worked since 2019.
Wait a minute, what's Iron Circus? I've not only have I not heard of her,
Iron Circus.
They probably have us all blocked.
SJW crowdfunding thing.
Art.
Yeah.
Welcome, Art T-Bear.
Iron Spike.
One more comic
blocked.
victim right here.
Yeah. So welcome, Art T-Bear. By the way, Comic Book One says the Eisners are a homelessness guarantee.
It's true. I'm glad I can't find mine.
Well, when has the an Eisner book actually ever sold? Like they were always like very obscure. They were never big selling books.
Nope.
You know, in lieu of money, you got the stupid award. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, even think about the Oscars with the Best Picture. It's not usually the movie that a lot of people loved and saw.
Right.
Right.
Or an indie film.
Those days are gone.
So Dan, who was publisher at the time at DC Comics, would say to me, like in our other people, if you showed me
out of my office,
Eisner, I'll show you a book that lost money.
Yeah.
That was his attitude. Like, and this publisher, he didn't even really care much. I mean, there's a bit of a prestige. You want to get nominated, but it's also weird. Like, I think Jelf lost Blackest Night, which was like the biggest money maker, but at the same time, he took like a position at DC. So it knocked him out of it. Like, people voted, they were like, he can't win because now he's a corporate guy. Like, there's weird stuff with the Eisners. Like, it's not really a meritocracy award at all.
The Eisner curse.
No, most aren't. Most awards aren't.
Hey, I partied with some of those guys. Those guys are boring as shit.
Always carrying their Eisners with them.
Hey, Art, you were in a TV show where you were at the Eisners.
Yeah, it was some made up awards thing on the Bob Show, I think it was called.
The Bob Show?
Yeah, with Bob Newhart.
Yeah.
That's the one where Sylvester was on there and Jim Lee.
Yeah, I rehearsed. I was actually the Jim Lee part through the rehearsal stage. JimLee only showed up for the day of.
You were his stand-in.
I was his. I was.
You were
his
the
stand-in.
lighting guy. You were there for lighting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lysa Sirius says, great opportunity for all the victims and virtual signalers, and Billy triggered them all. Love all your work, you misogynist bigots. Thank you very much. It is so true.
A side effect of this, I guarantee #ComicsBrokeMe is going to make a lot of people out there want to start reading comics, right?
Yeah, this is really going to help, guys. Really,
it's
really
a
going to help.
self-fulfilling prophecy.
All right, now hold on a second. Let me get back to reading some of these sad.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, here we go.
Spot on.
Yes. Yeah. Reading the terrible experiences of comics broke me, has saddened me. An industry that we love so much has treated us badly.
I love all the wood.
I've accrued $50,000 plus in non-payments from publishers and colleagues in the last 10 years, which led me to have to double job in order to pay my bills. I work 80 plus hours a week. I missed family occasions, friends' birthdays. I left my sister's wedding early to hand in pages. I rarely take holidays, and when I do, I end up working in the hotel room while my wife does things on her own. I can't I know, what exactly do you mean by that?
Hey now.
Loaded statement.
I'm cleaning the hotel room next door while my wife is doing things in the other room.
I can't sustain this lifestyle much longer. I'm in real trouble. Oh my God. Horrendous. Oh my God. Hold on one second here.
Wipe the tears away.
I know, it is sad. It is very sad.
You know, the best part about this is he's just describing all of our lives right now.
Yeah. That's the weird part, is people with success have went through the same things.
It's exactly right.
You have to.
Yeah.
The fear of being dumped by a publisher for pushing back on deadlines or payments is real. We break our bodies, hearts, and minds for comics. It shouldn't be this tough. Should it, Billy? Not at all.
It hasn't been for Billy. Look at him.
No.
The tears in his eyes. Jesus.
Yeah.
Careers should be easy.
You think they'd be digging up lithium and nickel in a mine somewhere with these stories?
Yeah,
Good
I
God.
My dad died of black lung, and it's all over his body to keep digging the coal.
Sarah Burgess says, I love drawing comics, and I won't stop. But I wouldn't be able to afford to live a life just doing this. I have to work 4 days a week on another job, and they all think I have a lovely day off when I actually spend all my time playing catch-up on crazy deadlines. P.S. My part-time salary plus my advance paid over 2 years altogether is $22,000 a year. So even that, I'm short about 10 to 15K, the average salary of normies. If I went full-time on my other job, I'd have more money, but I wouldn't be able to draw.
Oh,
probably
do that other job.
World's smallest violin.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the difference between winners and losers right there. Winners win.
God, Dale.
Losers complain.
Yeah.
There you go, Dale's got
Winners
it.
win. It's that
They
simple.
need to listen to that Rocky speech from Rocky Balboa when he talks about
Exactly.
getting up, because you got to keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Mm-hmm.
Adrian.
You got to be willing to take the hits, not pointing fingers at him or her or anybody, saying that you ain't where you are because you want to be. Cowards do that, and that's them.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he tells his son that ain't him.
Well, I think you have to have
Somewhere.
some talent. I'm not saying those people don't have talent, but they don't have talent that's going to bring in revenue.
Yeah, it's very competitive,
Yeah. Super.
You got to rise above. You got to be at a certain level.
I don't know about
it's a performance-based
guys.
industry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't
you
know.
got to be
that's-
commercial.
it's
You have to
performance-based.
be commercial, and you have to sell books.
Yeah. Well, all entertainment is based on your ability to bring in an audience.
Exactly.
All entertainment, sports, art, movies, music.
No, you can't take that for granted. You can't expect that. You got to
But
work.
I'm curious about all those people that are posting this stuff and talking about how that it's a shame what happened to you. You know, these people complain. The other one saying that they feel bad for what happened to them, how unfair it is. How many of them? None of them actually bought those books, right? They didn't buy the books of these people that they're standing up for. If you bought the books, they wouldn't be in this position.
Yeah.
You know, they don't buy comics. Those people do not buy comic books.
Right.
No, just they're there for the social justice and to make the commentary and get the likes on social media. They don't give a rip about the industry or comics or anything else.
And also, a lot of stores don't even carry those books because they don't sell. So there's also a distribution aspect to it. They're niche, they're independent comics, and as long as I've been doing in this business, I've never seen them sell. I've never seen indie books like that, you know, sell enough to support, you know, you for a year or two or whatever it is. They've always been really small books, small publications, and never made a lot of money. There's never been any exception, maybe one or two, but this is the description. Like when you get involved, you have to know this already. You're not going to make that much money.
Well, it's like you make an art house indie film, and then you're pointing at a blockbuster and going, "Why aren't we getting paid the same as them?"
Exactly.
Right. I mean, you're not making anything close to the amount that they're making. It's insane. As a publisher of 17 years, I think I've seen about 20 to 30,000 submissions, and I'd say that 95 to 98% of them are similar to that kind of thing, where it's someone either just starting out making comics for the first time, or they're telling something that's so unbelievably it's like an inside joke of a comic, and as a reader, you're not really going to pick up on much of that to enjoy it in terms of entertainment. So
that's
exactly that's a great picture. Be proud of that.
I'm about look at.
I gotta say too,
that should be your new banner.
on the alternate Twitter, we had put something about how, you know, our comics won't break you because they're affordable, that kind of thing, right? And then I put hashtag comics broke me. We got a DM from a library, finger wagging about that.
Are you serious? What did they say?
They said they tagged that article, that link, and then they said, "I'm just posting this to you because I'm sure that you don't know what you put that hashtag to." It's like,
so they schooled you.
Yeah, it's like,
oh, they showed you.
Yeah. How dare you use a hashtag where we're all supposed to talk about how awful the comic book industry is and how it is literally killing people.
It's literally killing people.
Yeah, I just don't feel that way. I worked hard in order to, well, just for a little while. I mean, I think for the first year, basically, it took me about a year and a half of working at DC before I was making six figures. So I guess I can kind of relate to these people in their struggle.
Yeah, I'm here, you know.
I remember being in a car with Gil Kane, and Gil Kane was laughing, and he was basically saying, "These people, these idiots, can't figure out how to make $70,000 a year in the comic book industry. What the fuck?" And that's
nice guy.
That's the memory I have of Gil Kane. You know, and at the time, I was like,
"Wow,
lying. Yeah, I'm only making $40,000 a year, but I guess I got to move up quick, or else Gil Kane will laugh at me." And I did. But I mean, I love that. I love that he did that, where it was just like, you know, he's like, "Look, it's wide open
you in
here."
Mindset.
Yeah, you go, wait a second, you're right. I should be making $70,000 in comics, and from there, it's just a hop, skip, and a jump to six figures. Right. But you just have to figure out how to. Are we the only ones who understand this?
I think we are. Well, publicly we are. Everybody else agrees with us. All you guys out there watching, me and Andy. We'll see on
the thing is, the more left-leaning people don't think about the business stuff. I mean, that's it. You know.
Yeah, but I think it's a
mindset thing.
Yeah, it's probably a generational thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's that too. Yeah.
I don't. You need leverage in a negotiation, right?
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
So every business contractor should be three things you have in the back of your head: what you wish for, what you want, and what you'll walk away from.
What you can steal. Oh.
you know, and I, from everything you read, none of them thought like that. The other thing too is like maybe you consider you draw like shit and your book's going to sell like shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, one of my favorite things about this industry is it's not like a corporate structure. It's like there's not a ladder. There's not like a series of things you have to do before you can be this. Like you can jump from like here all the way up here if you are willing to work hard and you can figure it out. So you can do anything and you can be anything in this business because there aren't any of those restrictions. And so these people are just putting all these restrictions on themselves, like it should be this, it should be that. No, it's whatever you can take. It's whatever you can create for yourself. It's whatever opportunities you can manifest. That's how it works. It doesn't work like it's a corporate, structure and people, I think people don't understand the freelance world. I think they believe that things should be done for them, like if they worked at a company or something like that. But if you don't do it, you don't create it, you don't think it, it doesn't exist.
It's because this is largely a symptom of narcissism.
Yes.
Explain that. What
That's
do you mean?
what it is. So if you are a narcissist, you only create things that resonate with you and you alone. And you are upset at anybody else who does not find that it resonates with them. It is their fault, not yours. Now, if you're someone who's an entertainer, you're someone of a normal mindset where you are seeking to entertain others. Obviously, you have to do something that rings true to you as well. But if you are someone who's doing that, it's going to resonate with more people. You're going to be more successful in an industry like this where it's storytelling. You're telling stories. And that is the whole entire point. If you're telling stories just for yourself, you know what that is? Put that on the fridge at mom and dad's house and call it a day.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, my parents never did that for me.
They didn't.
I never made the refrigerator. I never did.
Is it weird to you guys that when comics had
Where's the sad music?
That some of its highest selling era, nobody knew really who the creators were? Like, I mean, it wasn't like there was a profile on Twitter and you knew what the fuck coffee they were drinking from Starbucks or their politics. I mean, it was like weird. It was like product based stuff that was moving and selling. And now everything's about, like, even to us on some degree, it's about our personalities or about what we say on YouTube and stuff. But I mean, it's so weird that that's part of book selling now.
Yeah,
Like,
it really
maybe it's always been there with people like Stan Lee and stuff to some degree, but
No,
I think it's way off. Like
this,
right
this
now,
book right here sold 1 million copies every other week.
right?
Every other week.
Every other week.
1 million copies.
Well, how much did that artist get off of that? What was he making? $1 a page?
Probably.
No,
What year was that?
those guys were making good money back then.
Oh, they were?
Oh yeah.
Well, the guys that were selling books,
yeah.
Yeah. 10 cents at a time.
20 bucks.
But look it's the same formula. Those guys that were selling like Mac Rayboy and CC Beck and guys that were Eisner, those guys were making good money back then because they were creating books that were selling.
Right.
That's right.
So they could demand higher page rates, and they got them because they were producing at the newsstand.
And they got an incentive.
At the same time, though, they were getting page rates. You know what I mean?
Sure. But I mean, one of the things you just brought up though about this, people have been and maybe this started in the 70s when you saw guys like, Barry Smith and Kaluta and Wrightson and Neil Adams to a certain extent sort of kind of became these artistes working in comics, right? And then it kind of recreated itself in the 90s with the image boom, where it was more about the artist than it was about the comic book. And people have tried to change comics into fine art ever since then, and it's not fine art. They're like, I'm bleeding all over these pages. Why am I not making money? And they're ignoring the commercial aspect of it. This is commercial art, and you can do the best work of your life in there, but if you don't have a commercial product, nobody cares.
Now, with that said, I do believe it can be both. I just think you have to make
you have to have a product, a viable product, though.
Yeah. I mean, comics is a type of escapism. People need to remember that. I don't really care like, I mean, somebody's going to do a book called Comics Broke Me now. You realize that, right? They're going to make a book about how comics broke them, and they're going to sell that fucking book.
Well, I think we should do it first and make it funny.
We can do it.
Yeah, Billy, you already got the cover. You know, like,
yeah.
Billy is the cover. Yeah.
Hey man, I worked too hard to be a fucking loser. So.
Oh my God!
Go put that quote on the
Billy.
picture.
Go put that on Twitter.
I worked too hard.
Look at our own Dale Keown, right? He comes out with Pitt, which everybody digs. You know, it's like a motorcycle monster alien, and it's drawn incredibly well, right? So there's a guy who's hitting on all cylinders. He's the artiste, but he's also giving you an IP that people want to see. Big monsters crushing people, right? So that's how it can work when you're using both aspects of that, being an artist, a really, a fine artist, but also doing something that's very commercial that people love. Then they love you as an artist and they love your property and you make money.
Yeah, you put a lot of love into it.
It's a business. It's a freaking business. Like you said, it's a commercial enterprise.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to do your own book and sell 15 copies to your friends and a book about you, then fine, you could do that. But just don't bitch about it. That you're entitled, again, going back to every fucking buddy gets a trophy.
Yeah, what are your expectations entering into it? Like, if your expectations are you're going to do, like Marvel, numbers, and you're going to make that kind of salary, it's just not going to happen. So if you're going to do independence like that, you should pretty much just do it for love, because you're not going to make any money, period. Right. So if you have expectations of it, you're then, at that point, you're delusional, because there's no history. There's nothing that backs that up. There's no million selling, personal tales about,
The worst advice that's ever been given to artists of any kind is, or this notion adopted is, I'm making this for myself. That's BS. If you're making it for yourself, then don't expect me to buy it. I hear filmmakers say this, I make movies for me. And I'm like, that's why you're watching them by yourself in your house. I make comics for me. Well, you can read them by yourself. I make music for me. No one wants to listen to it but you. So don't expect to make money if you're making stuff for yourself.
So
you're making it for an audience.
There was like the last San Diego Comic-Con I went to, in the green room, I was talking to this female writer, going to go unnamed. She was working on some of the Bat books, a female character. And she goes, I'm like, yeah, we should work together. You ever think about working on Batman? And I heard knives and forks hit plates and everybody shut up. And she's like, well, why would I do that? This is our time. And I'm like, what do you mean? Writing, representing females. This is our time. I'm like, yeah, but you'll hit a bigger audience if you get outside, and you'll sell more books on Batman. And I'm honestly just looking for a Batman run. Like, that's it. Like, I mean, that's my goal. And I'm having a real conversation that turned super political, and she really stood on, this is our time. And I really believe a lot of these people, that they really felt that this was their moment in comics to come over and change the industry overnight. And through indies, working themselves up into Marvel and DC Image Comics especially, and getting in there, and they thought, like, we can represent whatever demographics we want. We're just going to change the record. All of a sudden, people are going to buy lesbian Spider-Man, or whatever the fuck it is. It's weird. I feel like
they did change it, and how's that working out?
It's not. I mean, it's not. But the whole industry is going down under the weight of this idea.
Mm-hmm.
What's
interesting, Shane, that you just mentioned there is that, these indie people want to make their little lesbian stories or whatever, these personal stories, but they're seeing the big guys doing the same thing to their characters, and those aren't selling. So what chance do you have to sell your little superhero comic about this rainbow character when Marvel and DC can't do it?
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Bronze Star, by the way, real quick, just running through these campaigns. Ghosts of Matakumba Key. It'd be great if you backed that tonight.
Yes, it would.
Kumba Key.
Joe Frankenstein Book 2 is also live right now.
4 days away.
Wow, 70K. Congrats.
All right.
1 more day. Whoa.
4 more days.
Shi Senryaku Omnibus.
Buy this book and it'll make you rich.
And you can live in a house like mine.
No, you should say it'd make me rich.
Yeah, that's right. Buy this book and make me rich. I'll post more on Twitter.
Buy this book and give a big FU to the SJWs and make me richer.
That's all it is.
I need a new kilt.
I need a new kilt and those Connecticut cigars, Graham Nolan.
Oh, yes, sir.
That was bad.
By the way, we're fulfilling first wave Cyberfrog action figures. So just to show you our progress here, 1,046 action figures are currently in the mail. They're fulfilled. So a lot of people are getting their stuff. And we just got 2,687 to go, but we're going pretty quickly. It's mostly because I'm an abusive boss.
No,
it's good.
You know.
Yeah, I make demands. I'm just kind of like, look, I need 500 of these out today, and they do it. I just
You lousy capitalist.
I can see the hashtag Ethan broke me coming up.
Sooner than later, you know.
Hey, Ethan. Ethan, can you give me a full screen for a minute?
Sure.
Uh-oh.
Let's see.
Yeah, we don't need to talk
How
about
come, how come Art got his? Where's mine?
Oh, you mean Aaron?
Open it
I
up.
got, look what I got to look
Yeah, we
for.
all got ours, Aaron. You didn't
Yeah.
get yours?
What are you talking about?
Mine.
Oh, why don't you open it, Art? Why is it still in the crate that I should?
Well, I was going to do a live stream where I open it.
Oh, you're gonna do your own live stream? Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to save it for
Hey,
myself.
hey, Aaron, check it out.
You a-hole. Where's mine?
Hey, I thought we were friends.
Oh.
And my little bucket.
Oh, we
Is
got
there a reason I'm the last to get mine? What did I
got the
do?
electric blue, man. I can't wait.
Shane, I'll bet you yours got returned to us because I got an email from Yanzi today.
Quarter.
That was just like, hey, we changed our address or something. And I was like, well, what? So I'm not sure what happened there, but hold on a second. It might have been something like that. I don't know. But we'll take a look at it. Anyway, this is very, very exciting indeed. Very happy to show you. Hold on a second. Share this tab. Yeah, this is what I meant to be showing you guys. Here we are. Place 2,687. 1,046 Cyberfrog action figures are in the mail. Not Shane's, apparently. I don't know why.
Or mine.
Or Aaron, we'll take care of that tomorrow. I'll get on that promptly. I'm sure that you changed your address.
No.
Not yet, though. You're getting the hell out of there. I hope you're getting out of Portland.
Not till I get my action figure. I'm not.
Come to Texas. I'll share mine.
Did you get the blue one?
No.
See, I got the electric blue. I don't know what I got. I spent like over $200, so I must have got more than just that. So I don't know.
You probably got a full set. Set of
Maybe.
them.
Yeah, but I want that blue.
Ethan, don't dox anybody.
I'm not. See, I have the screen set up very
All right.
cleverly here, just
Okay.
to show contributions placed, locked, 0 fulfilled, 1,046. And if you don't,
Can you
have...
scroll down a second?
No. I would be doxing people at that point, so we got to be careful about that. But if you didn't get an action figure, you still can. The Electric Blue Cyberfrog action figure campaign is still live and still taking backers. And it's a good time to do it because we're shipping fast and the wait time is going to be very, very short. And I'll take this campaign down pretty soon.
Ethan, will you be bringing any action figures to the Garden State Comic Fest that people might be able to buy them from you cash?
No. I'm going to bring samples just so that I can rub them in the faces of SJWs. But not for sale because I want to make sure that all the toys are fulfilled before I do that. But I will have other product that will have PVC toys for sale and things like that. So those will be available at the show.
Have you thought about doing the New York toy
fair? Yeah, toy fair. I don't. Hang on. I think they canceled that, Art. I don't think there's been one for like a year or two.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's I think there's a licensing one too, isn't there?
Licensing.
Yeah.
They used to be.
That's in Vegas, though, isn't it?
Is
Well,
it in
they used to
Vegas
be in
now?
New
They
York.
used to be in New York.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no plans right now. I'm still thinking about what to do. I might.
That's how Todd did it. I think he went to Toy Fair, right, and had the mock packaging, and
yeah.
Yep.
That was 35 years ago, though. I mean, things have changed.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's the toys are not what they used to be.
Come on, Art, get with the times.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. I
like that Aaron all of a sudden is the expert on toys. it's like come on, Art, everyone knows that. It's common knowledge.
He likes to stay modern and current about things.
That's right, I am. Yeah, I'm a trendy guy.
Yeah. But anyway, thanks. A lot of people are backing the campaign. I appreciate it. And also, let me see. Cyberfrog Dark Harvest. Take good care of my baby. This is live as well. So make sure that you have Cyberfrog Dark Harvest, which is kind of an in-betweener book between Wreck Planet and Red Extermination. And also you can get all the books from Wreck Planet, I think, are still available here. Death Sting, a glow-in-the-dark main cover, and then Red appears. We're not seeing it again. Damn it.
Yeah.
All right, this is Dark Harvest right here. Dark Harvest campaign. There you go. So Blood Honey Chrome. I just sent out I just officially ordered the Unforgettable Tales hardcover. Those are on the way.
Excellent.
And thanks very much for making that possible. So yeah, there we go. Back this campaign. Thank you very much. Now let's check in on ISOM 2. Which is, from what I hear, well up over 700,000. Should be close to 800,000 now.
It is.
Wow. Is it 800?
No, but it's close.
Yeah, this they struggled at first, like the beginning of the day. The website was crashing. 76,300. Wait,
763.
That's it. Yeah. $763,643 with 75 days to go. Now, my prediction for this campaign: $4.2 million.
Really? Wow. Make it so.
Is this the first day?
Make it rain.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh shit! This is the first day. $763,000.
Dude, it's the first 9 hours, 48 minutes.
Oh shit, man! Way to go, Eric.
Yeah, I think his issue with the site hiccup was they probably just had way too much traffic, like bottlenecked in, and it probably crashed the site. So I think it is a good sign. Like that.
Those are good problems to have.
Yeah.
People wanted to back it right away. So looking at this campaign, I'm doing kind of analytics about it because I want to compare it to the Cyberfrog campaign, because this is like we kind of are doing the same business, but he's doing it on a much bigger scale, like in terms of what you can expect from your fan base and how these campaigns kind of go. So I predict, based on the first campaign and then the second campaign, and compared to Cyberfrog and then Wreck Planet, $4.2 million. Right now, he's at 6,110 total purchasers. Last I checked and averaged it out, people are spending about $125 a backer. But what's going to happen is this number is going to increase rapidly, but the average is going to go down. Because right now, these are the enthusiastic early backers who back at the highest rate.
Who's cover A, cover B, cover C?
Oh, cover A is Kanan White under a pseudonym.
Yes.
I don't know why he still does that. Kanan, come out of the closet, dude.
Maybe he's doing formerly known as Prince. Maybe.
No,
maybe he just has a symbol.
He went through this phase where he was pretty sure he was going to work for Marvel or DC, and he was getting pinup gigs over there. But that's it. That all came to an end. But in the process, he was like, I better hedge my bets and not associate myself with, bigots. Yeah. And that didn't turn out so well because he was offered the interior gig of ISOM #1.
Wait a minute.
Oh, really? Would have been the best-selling comic too.
We're bigots. Is that what I heard?
Well, that's kind of what the attitude is when you're just like, I can't associate with ComicsGate anymore. It's like, well, you did. And the thing about it is that as I told Kanan, hey, buddy, I'm not helping you. I'm putting your name on Heartsick Horror. You drew 10 pages. Do you think I'm letting you get away with a pseudonym? You contributed to the largest ComicsGate campaign in a big way, a 10-page interior story, and your name is going right on the front cover. You might
Did
as
he
well
ask you
just...
to change? Did he ask you to change his name?
No, he didn't ask me to change my his name in there. But I mean, like, at that rate, like, what? Who cares? Like, why would you ask to be a pseudonym? Like, people already know, and so just go with it. Don't act like it's embarrassing. So anyway, pseudonym here. He could have done the interiors of ISOM 1. He'd be a millionaire right now.
It'd be the biggest book of his career.
Yeah.
Wow.
But he did do the
but he was shamed away from that money.
Yeah. I've got cover number 2, cover B. And thanks. I appreciate it. Like, we're doing really, really well. I think mine is the because Shane's is so expensive. Shane's got cover C, which is good because it's going to be foil. Are you excited about that foil, Shane?
Ooh.
I don't know if I've ever been printed in foil, so I'll see when I get it.
Yeah. So anyway, his is $100.
Don't get too excited, Shane.
I don't know. I've never seen my stuff printed in foil. When I drew it, I didn't know it was going to be foil. It was just a normal cover when I drew it.
Can you picture it?
I did. I mean, there's a lot of things. I didn't expect it to catch light that way. Like,
Exactly.
I mean, when he mentioned foil to me briefly, I assumed he was only going to like hit foil with like the bricks that are coming at you or something, or do something different with it. But I guess it'll look great. Ethan, you never printed my stuff in foil. I've never seen my stuff in foil.
Ooh, it's all coming out now.
Yeah, a little anger there, it sounds like.
Yeah. A little angst, a little.
I'm
Ethan,
saying,
why couldn't you print it Shane in foil?
Nobody ever did. I've never seen my stuff printed in foil.
Oh, well, I mean, I only have one cover from you. I only have one piece of artwork. I did print your piece of artwork as a cover for a variant cover for John Malin's work. Which
Art
is
of John Malin, yeah.
The Art of John Malin, which will be for sale. I will have the Art of John Malin for sale at Garden State Comic Fest.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Excellent.
It's gonna be very nice.
Maybe you could if you go back to print, maybe you could do a foil John Malin cover.
I found a foil pit card. Look at that.
Ooh, foil pit card.
Yeah, this is from way back.
Nice.
This is a Diamond Distributing foil pit card.
Dale did a foil cover for a series I was working on called Damage. They did his cover.
Oh, yeah, Damage. DC Comics. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think? We got 2 hours left before midnight on the East Coast. I predicted 1 million by midnight, but then again, I mean, isn't Eric in California? So maybe is there an extra 3 hours?
Wait, Eric's in Texas.
I think we should send an invite to Eric and bring him on.
No, he's on right now. I don't
He's
think
doing his own thing. Yeah, believe me.
Okay.
He's campaigning for himself. He's got a big audience, and I'm sure he's doing great right now. We got 1.3. We got 1,300 people watching over here, but we're doing our part to support him and share his campaign out to our audience. And indeed, it's doing very well. Now, of course, despite that, and maybe it's because Shane's been handicapped by the price of his comic, because his cover is great. You know.
Yeah.
It's I guess I don't. This is awkward.
No, it isn't. My cover is not for me. It isn't. My cover is the best-selling one out of all three of them. 4,883.
Shane and Cannon White.
I beat Shane and Cannon. Now, here's how to examine this, because of course I'm doing the analytics on this. Understand that most people who have backed this campaign up till now, they go down and they say, oh, you know, I want to back a tier with all of the covers. Okay, so here's all of the covers here for $155. 866 of those sold. 620 of A and B sold. So these are people who are just like, no, just give me everything. I want to throw money at Eric July. How can I do it? And I don't want to miss out on anything, right? So that's the bigger tiers here. Most people did that. But there are some people who said, I only have $35 to spend. I only have a little bit of money to spend, and I want to make it count. And those are the people who chose me. The people who, and by the way, by a wide margin, 400 copies. My cover is in the lead. That's 400 people who said, because everybody else backed everything, you know. That's 400 people who said, I'm only going to back this comic book once. I'm going to choose one cover, and it's going to be Ethan's. And to those people, wow, you guys are outstanding. I love you so much. Thank you for having such good taste. Exquisite taste. Appreciate
Congratulations,
Get it.
Ethan. That's
Shane, why don't you say something nice about the people?
Thank you for backing my cover, guys. Also, Extend Level Up sign up is up live. If you guys will, please go over there, sign up for that for a secret trading card and discount on tiers, and get notification on the artists that we're revealing working on the Extend Respawn.
See how he just made that about him, though?
Yeah, I know.
Flipped it right. Just a couple times.
Stick it. See you later. Bye.
Yeah. Hey, I do want to say, like Cliff Richards, the artist on this book, he's really, really good. I've worked with him in the past, and
There he is.
his work is really cool. So this book is gonna look great. You
I'll
got
let
some good colors on it, good lettering.
Colored by Gabe El Taib.
Yeah.
Gabriel.
Gabe El Taib.
Yeah, look at that. It's great.
Ooh, 9-panel grid. Love it.
It'd look better if I was inking it, but
Well, you know.
Oh.
You're a little busy right now, Art.
still pretty good.
I like the 9-panel grid here.
Yeah. Very Watchmen.
You get dropped off at home, you go to sleep, you dream about punching a heavy bag, looking through your files.
Yeah, it really works.
It's also good that it's a 9-panel grid with not just all headshots, and half of them are the repeated image, like in all the Marvel and DC books. You have like three. You have a 9-panel grid, and you have like 3 original drawings in it because they repeat the same blank, stupid.
Or the television screens. Remember?
Yeah.
It's just way
That's
too much
that's called
dialogue.
a deadline page.
Yeah. Like
Yeah, I wish.
Xerox one the same image, like
Slight difference.
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty good. Happy to see it. I like that it's got the watermark on it, so it can't be reproduced, Shane.
Yeah, people will do that.
You're gonna swoop in there. Shane's like, I'm gonna basically steal these 3 pages and put them in Inglorious Rex too.
Yeah, they beat me to it.
Can't do it because there's a watermark there, Shane. Shane, if you do it, people are gonna know it's Rippaverse. So don't even fucking try
That's
it.
the problem.
You know. Shane, don't even fucking try it.
I'm downloading it right now.
oh, I got breaking news.
What's the breaking news?
Okay, Treat Williams, the actor,
Yeah.
star of Everwood Hair, has died after being involved in a motorcycle accident.
Whoa.
He was 71. The actor's death was confirmed to People on Monday evening by his agent of 15 years. Treat Williams was my friend. I dated my girlfriend in high school. He was dating her sister. Her sister was a model.
Kidding.
And and he was there for my prom. And then I went flying with him in his plane. I played Trivial Pursuit with him, and he was an awesome fucking guy.
Bring up a picture of him. I don't even know who he is.
Oh yeah, you do.
I do. Well, I mean, I don't know him by name. I probably know him by his face.
In
if you saw him, you probably know him.
and I'll bring him up. This is
he was in the Phantom movie.
Wow.
Yeah, this is him today.
Well, don't show him today.
Oh, you want to see? Okay, let me just do Treat.
Yeah, show him when he was
You know him when
alive.
you see him.
All right.
Oh, what a shame!
I thought you were going to have happy
It's so
news,
funny
Billy.
because I rode motorcycles back then. Oh no!
Sorry
sad.
for your loss.
Fuck.
No.
I really
That's
love
too
this.
bad.
He was an awesome guy. Here's a picture of him. Let me grab this one. I'll share it.
Treat your Williams well.
Yeah. Treat your Williams well.
Treat Williams was an awesome dude and a great actor. Rest in peace.
He also played, that famous, the famous manager, agent.
Yeah, him.
Barry Ovitz or whatever his name.
He was cool.
Yeah, really cool. Tough guy. Like a regular guy, man. Regular dude. Like this is, and he was young. He was, like I said, this is holy shit.
How old was he again?
This is like almost 40 years ago. I hung out with him. That's my high
how
school.
old was he when he died?
71.
70.
So he was older. So Joy's sister Julie Wolfe was a model, and he was older than her. So Julie was probably like 22, I think, and he was probably 30 maybe. I don't know what that would be. He was 31 if it's 40 years ago. So he was dating a 22-year-old supermodel. Well done, Treat Williams.
Player.
But he was a pilot. He rode motorcycles. I had a motorcycle in high school, and like I said, I'm sad.
Yeah.
Well, he was 70 and still riding on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'll be 70 in 6 years or so. I'll ride a motorcycle.
Yeah, well, I'm just gonna. Hey,
70 in 6 years or so.
Cool down,
I'll be
Billy.
70
I was
in
gonna
5
say.
years.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was kick ass.
No, I'll be 70 in 15 years. What am I talking about?
Did you take a math class?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm terrible at math.
He's already has Alzheimer's.
I'm only good at Star Trek trivia.
Yeah, so I hear.
And you cheated on that.
I did not cheat. I studied. Did I not, Aaron Lepresti?
That is true. Pre-studying is not cheating. It's called being
Nobody
prepared.
studies for Aaron's trivia nights.
I did.
Apparently,
I did.
some
that
do.
Yeah, well, it's all about winning with Billy. You know, it's not just a game.
It's just a game. Hey, if it was all about winning, I would have studied your comic book artist trivia. I don't really care about that shit. So I'm like, I'm not studying.
He doesn't give a rip about comics.
Who the hell is Reed Crandall?
I'm just impressed he pulled up that name.
Yeah. We talked about it yesterday on my show. So
I know Reed. I know Golden Age artists. I don't know Silver Age and Bronze Age artists.
Yeah.
There you go.
By the way, King Cryptid on Indiegogo pre-launch.
Indeed, yeah.
Let me pull this up so that people can see it. Amazing. Here we go. Talk about this a little bit.
All right, so this is the pre-launch sign-up page for issues 5 to 9. The campaign's going to be on both alternacomics.com and Indiegogo, identical campaigns active at the same time. This is launching July 1st at 9 Eastern. King Cryptid's going to be squaring off against a Yeti, a werewolf, a dragon. There's going to be alien abductions. He's going to be also up against these shape-shifting creatures called Puckwudgies. So we've got 5 issues here. And this is an episodic series. Thank you guys so much for backing the first 4. You guys made it an incredible campaign. Nothing but great stuff coming in terms of emails and messages and all kinds of stuff like that. And hope you guys are there for this one. So sign up. If you are already signed up to the Alterna newsletter and you plan on backing on the Alterna site, you don't need to sign up again. You're going to get that notification when we launch anyway. But if you want to back on Indiegogo, make sure to sign up here.
Yeah. All right, everybody. It is time for a special. Hold on a second here. Time for a special episode of DC Comics.
Oh.
Let me turn this down just a little bit. Let me find the right volume. Are you guys ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna enjoy this. I want to hear what all of you have to say about DC Comics Broke Me stories. The Comics Broke Me stories, a DC Comics special.
DC Comics special. God.
DC Comics broke all these people now. They're going to do one for every single comic book company over at Bleeding Cool. Neil Gaiman said...
Oh no, they're using Bane.
Yeah.
Break you.
When I started in comics in 1987, DC Comics was paying me $40 a page for... Is that Australian? For a 24-page comic. They're similar, right?
Yeah.
That's worth somewhere between $120 and $160 now. And by issue 8, Sandman was making the same again each month in royalties. How anyone survives on current page rates leaves me chilled. This reminds me of people who are always talking about, how do people survive on minimum wage in America? Mm-hmm. What would you say to that, Graham Nolan?
I would say you're not supposed to survive on minimum wage. You're supposed to go to school on minimum wage and so you can study for a real job.
That's correct. And very similarly, you're not supposed to just stay where you are when you initially break into comics. Yeah, the initial page rates are not so good. You move on from there.
I think the other thing too is when you're a writer, is the way Joe Kubert used to say in the Kubert School is, pencilers, if you make a good rate, you can do 1 book a month. Inkers, book and a half a month. Letterers, 5-6 books a month. And writers,
2 to 3 books a month. So I mean, yeah, you're not going to.
I've heard that.
You know, if you're writing 1 book a month, yeah.
By the way, Neil Gaiman, did you have to survive on that? Didn't you just see? Neil Gaiman is like humble bragging here. It's like, well, I didn't have to do it. I went on to become a millionaire working in Hollywood. I have, a million IPs that I own and that everybody likes, and that's impossible for anyone else. Nobody else could do that. Probably this happened because I am a white male of color, and it is my white male of color, or not white male of color. What am I of color? White heterosexual male, and that is my privilege showing. But nobody else could possibly make that kind of money. Yeah, I mean, judging from what I read on that last article, it's true. Nobody else could because they're really stupid. All right. So anyway, $2,500 a month with inflation now. Rates are a lot less for most people. We then heard from creator Kwanzaa Osayefo, best known for the series Black, but who was an editor at DC Comics when they first started moving into digital comics. I don't remember him there. I would have smelled him.
Never heard of him.
But I've been in the office. I definitely would have smelled Kwanzaa if he worked there when I was there. Here we have an image of Bane breaking Batman over his knee, disgracing Graham Nolan.
Way to go, Graham.
Yeah.
You broke comics, Graham Nolan.
Your artwork is now the poster child for this movement.
Hashtag I broke comics.
I broke
with my back.
Yeah. All right. Kwanzaa said, just going to put this on the main. While DC had me lying to some creators to get them working for less than their average page rate. Oh, really, Kwanzaa? Hold on a second. Kwanzaa admits to lying to creators. Hey, Kwanzaa,
but DC
thanks.
made him. DC made him do it. It's not his responsibility.
Right.
He was just following orders.
Exactly.
Yeah. I signed vouchers to high-profile writers for $10,000 per issue. You read that number, right? One high-profile writer made nearly my whole year's salary on a 6-issue series that would never do numbered. Dude, a 6-issue series, your whole year's salary. That doesn't strike me as that surprising. Another
6 issues would be 6 months worth of work as well, right?
Right. So basically, this guy was somebody, a creative person who made twice what you make, a nobody lying to a shithead nobody in editorial lying to creators. I can't believe, this is a humble brag. I can't believe Kwanzaa made half of what somebody like Mark Waid made. Mark Waid producing work that people actually purchased, even though Mark Waid is what he is. And Kwanzaa was being paid that to lie to creators, something that he willingly did. This seems like a little bit of a cell phone, Kwanzaa.
I'm kind of confused. Kwanzaa was an editor?
Yeah.
So he says.
He says he was.
I'm starting to see a pattern here.
Yeah, very interesting. The Kwanzaa, that is weird, isn't it?
I didn't know that because he's signing vouchers, so he must have been in editorial or editorial administration or something. Like he had to be somewhere.
I don't recall me.
How did I end up at the bottom? Like what happened?
What do you mean? Oh,
I just noticed I'm at the bottom.
Oh, I'll put you up, Shane. I'll put you right where Dale Keown used to be when he was on the screen. So there you go.
Is Dale's chair.
Wait a minute. Look at the socialism creeping in here. Creators who blow up start getting excellent rates, but they need to start sharing that info with their peers so everyone can negotiate better.
Well,
wait, I agree with that.
On some level, I agree.
Yeah, I agree with it too, but he's the one who's gatekeeping this. He's the one that's preventing that.
That's right. It's the editors that are keeping the rates.
Yeah, he's the one. If he was a mensch, he would say, "Hey, you're having a drink, you're meeting with Graham. Hey, Graham, I got to tell you."
No, they're saying that this guy got paid more because he's a better negotiator than somebody else. I mean, maybe, but the reality is this guy that's getting $10,000 an issue, it must be a pretty successful writer, or they wouldn't have been paying him that in the first place.
Yeah, he's revealed his colors. He's nothing but a corporate shill. The ones that he espouses despise. He's a capitalistic corporate shill working for the man and screwing over his fellow creatives by lying to them.
Yeah.
He's admitting it right here.
If
am I wrong? Tell me if I'm wrong.
No, you're
wrong. I will apologize.
This is shocking, this information. And he did reveal his true colors many, many, many times every single day on the internet for victimization points.
Right.
All right, hold on. One high-profile writer made nearly blah, 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 blah. Another was a year late on the book. I had an email from the head of my department in my inbox almost every day, but this creator was also an exec. If you're thinking, wait, that one high-profile check is the budget for the whole damn issue, you're right. My dumbass department head blamed me for this exec eating the book's budget. I never had a choice in hiring that exec writer. Creators who blow up start to get excellent rates, but you need to start sharing that info with their peers so everyone can negotiate better. Boy, how about if DC just doesn't pay anybody an excellent rate then? How about if nobody's allowed to stand out because they're in demand? Why don't you go to DC Comics and just ask for a raise every day like I did? Every day. I got it every day too.
Yeah, but I would feel that the people that are getting high profile and they're doing incredible sales, they're probably talking to the other guys that are doing those incredible sales, and they're probably already doing back channel conversations about how much they should be getting. Even Shane said, "Hey, I told David Finch about how you got to fill out the paper." I mean, these conversations are happening in private. It's not like some order needs to come down from DC where they say, "Hey, everybody, you guys should all be working together to find out how to go against us."
DC
ridiculous.
doesn't want that. Yeah, DC doesn't want that.
Yeah. All right, let me see. But you are invited into the Skull and Bones Club when you make the publisher big money, and it requires your silence. Here's a piece of advice I gave a colleague. If you get a Batman or Bat-adjacent assignment, ask for all the money. Batman books always got money. They won't give it to you, but they lying about they pockets. If we want to break the cycle of #comics broke me, all rising stars, big name, high profile creators, share your rates. Perfect. Doesn't have to be on Twitter. We got Discord. I'd love to brag about my rates, Kwanzaa. Every time I do, every time we talk about what people are making, you guys go, "Oh, it's all about money with you guys."
This guy's a writer, and he says, "But they lying about their pockets."
He's writing in black.
So
It's a little bit ebonical. But the close the door behind you move on helps the publisher fuck you later. Believe it. One high profile friend told me he got $250,000 for a major limited series. You read that right. Yes, they deserve that much. They were that good. But in the meantime, publishers nickel and dime everyone else.
Oh, you mean everyone else that isn't that good, that isn't selling the books at 60,000, 100,000, 500,000 copies? Yeah.
So the guy that made 250,000 would probably be somebody like Neil Gaiman or Frank Miller, that they're going to come in and they'll lose money on that one series to sell the backlist. Like, that's a weird number to throw out there. Like, that has to be some big rock star event, or it could be. I mean, fuck. I mean, sometimes you have to put a lot of money on one book to give me an excuse to drive to the comic shop, just so I'll then buy some other books. I mean, you have to put out bait to pull people into the store, and you're probably going to have to spend some money on some flagship book. Look at Hush, right? They bought Wildstorm just to get Jim Lee, just to do Hush, pretty much. I mean, companies will historically dump a lot of money for something like that, and they need to, and they'll make their money back. But I mean, on T-shirts, toys, video games, everything else.
Now, by the way, I do believe $250,000 for a major limited series. Like, I'm thinking Jeff Loeb, I'm thinking Frank Miller. You know the part of this I don't believe? They're a friend of Kwanzaa's.
Yeah.
That's where I'm calling bullshit right
One
there.
high profile friend.
Yeah, sure. Sarah Litt says, I remember when we paid all that money. You didn't pay them shit, and neither did DC Comics. Warner Brothers did. You didn't pay them anything. Warner's did. It would have taken me over 2 years to make that much in those days, and I had to write the vouchers. So now you're humble bragging that you make $125,000 a year, Sarah Litt, as an editor. Interesting. This could pay my rent for how long on just one payment? Get good.
Well, don't editors also get medical? They have insurance, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Well, here's the big difference between Sarah though and the person that made $250,000. They probably had talent.
Well, look at Sarah is laying claim like somehow some of that money should be hers.
Right. Well, she's an editor, right?
Why?
No,
Yeah.
hang on. She's an editor or works as a staffer at DC Comics.
Yeah.
There's a reason you're in that position and not the other. I hate. I don't get this. Like, why does she think like, well, I could have used that money and done all this? Then go through everything that this person. I promise you, whoever made $250,000 had a fucking name and respectable projects up under their belt.
Yeah, I'm getting a Sean Gordon Murphy vibe from this, and also if she wants royalty, like DC doesn't pay royalties to editors, but Marvel does. So go work over at Marvel, and then you can actually get a little bit of back end on everything you edit.
This is so SJW. This is the whole equality of outcome type argument they're having. And it's like I've yet to be persuaded by this argument. I've had yet anybody sell me on this argument.
This is apples and oranges. What this guy is making, just because she had to sign the voucher, has no bearing on what she's making. Right? They're not even connected, and somehow she thinks she deserves some of that money.
Nobody's buying these books for Sarah.
Exactly.
I hate to say that. I've never heard of her name before.
Yeah, I haven't either. You proofread it for typos.
From what I recall, with the editors and Ethan and guys, for the past maybe 20 years, the DC Marvel editors, they're more like traffic managers. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I've never had changes really to any of my scripts. I never really had changes to my pages that when I was writing and doing the books myself. I don't know about you guys, but they seem to be more okay, let's get it on. They were so overworked. They would just want to, get it out.
And you know what Marvel did to that point, Billy, is they fired all their senior editorial staff and they just kept Ralph Macchio and Tom Brevoort, and those guys read all the manuscripts and did all the heavy editing. The other guys didn't do that. So yeah, I think that most of these companies, to save money, are just getting a lot of people in that don't really edit these books. They're just traffic managers. They're just like, hey, here's your deadline. I need this book by this time, and then just hassle you on the phone,
Email.
I necessarily don't have a problem with that. They just shouldn't be acting like they should make more than creative people that are putting asses in seats.
Right, because those editors don't exist anymore, like the Mike Carlins and editors like that actually brainstorm, come up with ideas for like a year run, or Denny O'Neil,
like
people like that. What's that?
Is that Bob Harris?
Yeah, Bob Harris.
Yeah, Bob Harris.
They don't do that anymore. These guys are basically just kind of puppets that are just kind of on
They're
the string.
easy to control guys.
Yeah. They don't really.
They don't think themselves. I shouldn't say that. I'm sorry.
Well, a lot of them.
It's like the equipment tech
Presuming
on a
a lot.
sports team getting upset because the best player on the team is making what they're making.
Yeah. That's funny.
Jamal Eigel says, I was I know, Jamal. It's all it's always the same people in these articles too. Same fucking SJWs. Jamal says I was in a
go-to list.
I don't believe this quote for 1 second.
He says I was at a party years ago with an accountant who worked at DC. Jamal, you were not at a party. Thank you.
Unless he was busting tables.
And if you're hanging out with the accountants, you suck.
I'm sitting there at a table with an accountant who worked at DC while I was on exclusive contract, looked at me and said, "We're not paying you anywhere near what you're worth. You know that, right?" It chilled me to the bone.
Oh my gosh. This is from the same guy.
If he's
I'm calling bullshit on that.
And then what happened?
I was just going to say, if he's friends with the accountant, right? What's the accountant going to say? That's his opinion. It's not
I like the accountant is sitting there out there trying to make the freelance talent angry.
Right.
Yeah.
Whoever that accountant is, fire them, because they're not only incompetent, but they're actually detrimental to the company. Second of all, you can pay Jamal anything and you're paying him more than he's worth, to be honest with you. No offense to Jamal.
If this is true, though, it's like, isn't this in real life? Isn't this where you go, you know what? I am worth more than this job, and you go someplace else that'll pay you more. So
you get chilled to the bone, and then you get mad.
Right.
Brrr, grrr. That's what it is. He went brrr, and then he went grrr. Chilled to the bone and then mad. Those two things. Amazing. What a story. Andrew Wheeler says, Hashtag comics broke me so many times, but the relevant one right now is how DC editorial pushed me to pitch JLQ, Justice League Queer, and then blackballed me when they decided Justice League Queer was bad publicity. They call it pride.
That's a lie.
Hold on. They call it pride. I call it exploitation. Thank you, Shane. Now go ahead.
Oh my gosh.
No, that was put up for vote and nobody voted for it. Like, that's a lie. Like, that was part of the round robin thing, and nobody voted for it. It was a meritocracy based type thing. Like, nobody wanted this book, and they did it anyways, but nobody wanted it. Like,
yeah. You know who should have written something about Comics Broke Me? Ali Garza. Would have been interesting.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? Comics broke me. I brought my wife and kids to the office and my boss stole them all from me. And,
oh my god.
No. You know what I'm saying? And there are a few people who could say things like that. You know, it's like, and I just had to stand there and take it, and you know, or else I'd be blackballed from the industry. That would be. I would actually read that and be like, yeah, fuck it, man, you're right. Comics did break you, dude. Shit.
Yeah, and they didn't break him. He's still doing great comics. He's still doing great work.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, what a shame. And this is why I posted my thing, because I never got to the first thing because of all these people bitching about stupid shit.
All right, James Petey says, oh, by the way, that would have been Justice League Queer, part of the round robin books used for DC Pride last year, but not Saints Ends. Good. James Petey says, get a call right before Christmas of 2010. Want to write 5 issues of Supergirl and dig us out of the shit? Sure. Read dialogue and issue overnight so that it can meet the ship date. Deliver a chunk of new script for the artist to keep the book on track inside 2 days. Deliver the first full script by Christmas Eve. And then the next 3 scripts on time over the next 3 months. We never miss a ship date. The run was well received. I still get royalties from time to time. DC never employs me again. Thanks, guys. That's typical, right?
Yeah, this happens all the time.
Yeah. I've drawn covers for editors over holiday weekends and never got another call back from that editor. Like, I was like, you better get me back. And they're like, yeah, I'll owe you. If any editor ever says they owe you, chances are you're never getting hired again.
Yeah.
Exactly.
By the way, yeah, that is true, because there's something about like being like a girl who says yes right away. That thanks, we appreciate you, but then you don't call that bitch again, do you?
Unless you had a lot of fun.
Yeah, like
make her call you.
A lot of fun. Yeah. All right, let me see. Mayday Trip. I don't know who this person is. All I ever wanted to do was make superhero comics because they had such a positive impact on my life. But speaking out about sexist and racist stories and art in my beloved genre branded me a problematic indie wannabe for a time.
You think?
So when was this? Like, what do you mean, in the 1980s? Like, like now you represent the entire industry.
Oh my God.
Yeah, obviously they didn't love superheroes because they were all about changing them.
This is interesting. I launched Project Rooftop with friends and helped foster a new generation of superhero costume designers, many of whom have become comic superstars and designed new superhero looks that have become billion-dollar box office icons. I gave Paul Levitz a postcard of my Supergirl at San Diego Comic-Con, and he took it to licensing and said, hire this guy. I sold my Lois Lane Girl Reporter pitch to DC with 1 email, then spent years fighting higher-ups who wanted to be less heroic, non-canon, and make Lois more girly. Levitz left DC. The Dio era of insulting all female fans and characters rolled on. Yes, it did. God, this is good times, man.
Yeah.
My editorial ally at DC was let go and the move to the West Coast. I worked for years on series plots, revisions from various partner publishers, and was only ever paid $400 for the story concept. Meanwhile, I was a new dad at the start of a degenerative neurological disorder. I would spend the next decade and a half trying to get diagnosed and treated. I lost physical ability, limiting day jobs, and drawing with traditional materials got harder and harder. Why? Just to work at DC?
Yeah.
Who is? I never even heard of this guy.
Never heard of Mayday Trip either.
No, neither have I.
Jeff Johns had loved my work and told me to move to LA and he'd get me drawing Superboy backups digitally. I took a leap of faith, moved my wife and son to LA, and got a day job. John took me to lunch and told me it was weird that I'd taken him literally. Ah!
Oh my God.
Well, Jeff,
why would you have to move to LA to draw comics? You can live anywhere you want.
Especially digital comics. You don't have to ship it. You just email the shit right over.
That is the shit. Jeff Johns says that he'll get me working on Superboy backups. So I'm going to move my entire family to Los Angeles. And then Jeff takes you to lunch and goes, dude, I was kidding. Fuck, what are you doing here in LA? Oh my God, man.
He's not moving to draw Batman. He's drawing to do Superboy
backup
stories.
Digital comics.
Gotta be kidding.
Well, that says a lot more. That says, if that's Mayday's real name, that says a lot about you, buddy. I'm sorry. Grow up. You know,
why do you have to move to LA to draw anything? Can you just say, can I just stay here in Alabama and draw my Superboy stories digitally? Like, isn't the internet a thing?
Something's off there.
It's a little weird. He had introduced me to Didio at a party months earlier as, quote unquote, one of the 5 working writers who understand Superman. That move irreparably harmed my young family, my burgeoning career, and my worsening mental and physical health. This guy's fascinating. Over the years, I've made comics since at a pace I can manage, but life, my kids, and my finances have always made every effort to contribute to this incredible art field and the genre I love with the marrow in my bones, and net negative for me personally. I sold another pitch to Marvel years later, only to have my editor get transferred to a different line, and the replacement hired another team to reboot the Teen Hero franchise I'd outlined. Finance guy called me to offer me a few hundred more for my pitch. I asked if instead I could do a low-level variant cover for the launch since I'd come up with a reboot and sold it to them on my concept art. They declined. No thanks.
Yeah.
So I declined the extra check in favor of just being mad about it. That's right.
Oh, that's
I mean,
that ought to feed your kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Principles taste great with ketchup, guys.
Yeah, but I should have taken it. These companies fucked Jack Kirby and Bill Finger over and protected talentless middle managers. Why the hell should I have expected any different? I'm just some dipshit from Georgia who takes Batman too seriously. The one big success I had in this industry was 10 years ago with my digital autobio story, Something Terrible. More people read my comic about Batman helping me through childhood trauma than bought The Walking Dead the month it launched. I did a Kickstarter I didn't manage well due to its insane success and my enormous ignorance of how much work that would be while struggling to pay my rent with a minimum wage day job. Meanwhile, my story had helped so many people, and I felt this calling to get it to any other survivors I could. An Oscar-winning movie producer had me out to LA to talk about a film adaptation. They need Warner Brothers' approval to make it work with Batman, of course. Their chief creative officer wasn't interested in it, apparently. Guy named Jeff Johns.
What's his
name? Damn you, Johns.
How do we spell his names? How do we spell his name, Ethan, real quick?
This guy, his name is Mayday Trippy. Mayday Trip.
Yeah.
Mayday, Mayday, my career.
MaydayTrippy.com if you're that
this whole testimony that he's giving here is just basically encapsulates the entire film and movie and comic industry is like a bunch of close calls. I almost got hired to do this. They almost bought this. I mean, that happens to all of us.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand this. He goes, I did a Kickstarter. I didn't manage well due to its insane success. Like, so there's a success somewhere in here, but then it's problematic. I don't understand.
What's that mean? That he couldn't fulfill it? It made
I don't know.
Money and he had to return it because he couldn't fulfill.
Is this Dean Tripp? Is that who this is?
Who's Dean Tripp?
I've heard of his name, but I don't really know him. All right. A few years later, rumors about him started popping up online, so maybe I would have regretted having our names attached on a project with the same subject matter. What rumors, you asshole?
The Ray Fisher shit.
Oh, please. Anyway, I've been at the high point of being invited to the DC employee party at the Empire State Building and the low point of trading in comics signed by my friends and heroes just for groceries and gas money. Took years to get shit diagnosed with being told to avoid stress. Comics broke me, but if my life is a jumble of good and bad experiences of talent, disabilities, learning tricks, and natural instincts, my job now is to take each of these scattered Lego bricks and assemble them into something new for the sake of my son and the kids I teach. Ha ha ha. And none of this includes the other side of my life, trying to keep day jobs and education as an out non-binary person and sexual abuse survivor in a deeply conservative county.
Oh my God, hire this guy, DC.
Oh fuck.
Checking the box.
How
Could
many
you imagine?
How many sentences in this tirade here is about feel sorry for me, feel sorry for me, feel sorry for me?
Everything on here is about feel sorry for me.
Yeah, there's like 5 or 6 paragraphs for each one of them.
Well, I mean, every person on here is feel sorry for me. Everybody.
Right.
It's all feel sorry.
And the thing is like I said earlier, this is not unique. None of these guys' stories is unique.
I know.
We all have these stories.
Yeah, I know. It's incredible.
And then your boy Bill Tucci wants to spread a little positivity.
And look what happens.
And look what happens. My God, Bill Tucci doesn't get on Bleeding Cool. No, Bill Tucci gets sent to the gas chambers.
Bill Tucci's inspiration of how to do things right.
Yes, trying to help these people. And
so it looks like his Kickstarter did 48,000.
Yeah, I saw that. That was enormously successful. Well, good for him.
It was.
Well, no, according to him, that was problematic. That's where I'm confused.
Well, it looks like if you read the next sentence, he says he had trouble paying his rent because he didn't make enough money in his day job. So it sounds like he took the money from his Kickstarter and used it to pay his bills, and that was what was problematic.
So he fucked his backers over.
That's my guess from what's in that first line.
Okay.
And it is.
So anyway, he's non-binary, sexual abuse survivor.
He had to tell you that.
That's important. Let me see.
That's the virtue points.
This is Mayday Trips artwork here. Let's take a look at this interestingness.
This is why he should be drawing his own characters, though.
This is why he's unemployed.
Right. Why spend your time on someone else's on a corporation's characters that you own nothing? This is nothing.
This is so bad.
Is he trying to sell prints?
He moved to California with this as his portfolio.
I mean, I'll be honest. I wouldn't have hired him for Superboy backups. I don't know what year it was, but it just doesn't.
Holy
I don't know,
shit! Look at that flash.
Yeah,
Holy shit!
By the way, not everybody can be Darwin Cook. I know that Darwin Cook made it look easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But not everyone can be Darwin Cook.
No,
he's going for that, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's going for that. But he ain't getting it.
Darwin was an apprentice of Bruce Timm, right? Like he worked real close with Bruce Timm and learned all his chops and stuff. I mean, that guy put some time in.
Well, also, I mean, none of this is sequential work.
Yeah, it's pinup.
Well, maybe there's some sequential work somewhere. I don't know.
Did he say he designed a bunch of costumes that they use?
Ooh, click comic book. Maybe that's it. Sequential.
Comic book. I think it's just
more of the same.
Yeah, I don't doubt that he did some sequentials.
Yeah, but he wrote a graphic novel that was a big success, but it was about him pretending to be Batman or inspired by Batman. So no one's going to make a movie.
That's something terrible.
Right, so no one's going to make a movie on this. DC is not going to make a movie about his comic book using their character.
Well, look at the panel. He's got a gun to his head. He's fantasizing about blowing his brains out. This is depressing.
It's kind of like if you don't buy this book, the puppy gets it type thing.
Yeah.
Really brilliant marketing there.
Yeah.
National Lampoons did it.
National Lampoon,
you know, listen, I don't like comics anymore. I've decided because of this. Here's Heather Antos. This doesn't just go for hired talent. As an assistant editor, I would sign vouchers for talent who made more for a single issue than Marvel would pay me for a year. A year! Wow. Heather, you were
assistant editor. How much money do you think she's supposed to get?
I take it back. Comics broke me.
There was a tweet out there that she was making like $30K a year in New York City. Like that's her tweet. Like so, I imagine
get another job. Don't take a job that doesn't pay your bills.
Yeah.
Let me see. Marvel would pay me in a year. At one point, a law got updated which made it illegal how low assistants were getting paid. Marvel was now being forced to pay us overtime. Marvel's response: they eliminated 1 week of paid vacation from our benefits.
Of course.
What, free Disney passes, they said. I couldn't afford to buy lunch. Well,
and
you know what, Heather?
Get a real job.
How many weeks of paid vacation do we all get?
I don't know.
How much is lunch?
Yeah, you know,
I can't afford to buy lunch.
Yeah, how many people go out every day and eat eat out for
Nice
lunch.
girls
I can't
get
afford
lunch
that
bought
either.
for them.
Yeah.
That's what I want to say. Be a nice, pretty girl, and some man will buy lunch for you, Heather. I guess nobody told you that. Rob Pilkington. I had a collaborator who deservedly got absorbed into Marvel assignments ASAP. When I reached out to him about possibly doing a pitch, he shared that he was having trouble getting paid for an entire miniseries he'd already drawn for Marvel, which is Disney, by the way. I've never heard of that, honestly.
That's horrible.
The Tim Seeley one is pretty interesting.
Tim Seeley says, I was an intern at Marvel and was later always painfully aware of the pay discrepancy between me and the people who hired me.
Yeah, because an intern isn't going to get a lot, but then you can take that into any field. Anyone who's worked a regular 9-to-5 job, the guy who hires you is generally making significantly more than you. You don't go on the internet and complain about it when you get a factory job that you got brought in at the low starting wage by the guy who hired you that's making 20 what are maybe now $30 an hour. It's ridiculous. It's such a crybaby point of view. I was painfully aware that the person who hired me made more money than me. Yeah,
interns work. That's great.
That's why they're hiring you.
So I'm quoting Denny O'Neil, but Denny O'Neil one time stated that he had worked in newspaper publishing, and that if somebody flaked out, a freelancer, he could just write the article or the piece, whatever. But the comic thing is a weird power dynamic that he's pointing out here. Is like an editor could fire me, but they can't draw the book. They have to go hire somebody else to draw the book or whatever. There is a weird. You can't expect an editor to just make more than the talent selling the book. It's not a factory job, and I've worked factory jobs. The person up top, my shift manager or whatever, knows how to do my job and makes more than me. There is a power dynamic that's different in comics.
Yeah, same in sports. The coach isn't making what the star quarterback makes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So true. All right, let me see. Dennis Detweller says, a Marvel bullpen guy once told me he was trying to get into comics. That's like trying to break into Auschwitz, kid. Save yourself. That's disrespectful to the victims of the Holocaust.
Lord.
A few years ago, before his retirement, they fired him for anti-Semitism. Oh, God. I moved out west and did Magic the Gathering instead. Thanks, bullpen man. Comics broke me. Here's Jennifer Smith. I don't feel like I deserve to claim comics broke me, but I will say that the absolute worst part of my year at Marvel was having to beg creators, usually inkers, colors, letters, to work at impossible speeds for very little money because the deadline was everything. It wasn't fair to them. It certainly didn't make the books better, and as an assistant editor making $28K per year in New York City and trying to get over a dozen issues out the door each month, I had no power to change it. I left my PhD program before I got a chance to write my dissertation on labor in the comics industry. But I hope the Comics Broke Me hashtag gets those stories in front of a wider audience. They need to be heard. Oh, good. There's going to be a part two.
Hang on. Go back to her first line. She basically hounded people to do shit for cheap, and now she's passing the buck to the company. It's like she's not even taking responsibility for for hounding people. Yeah, that's your job, but it's like she's trying to say, I'm absolved from this. I'm not the one yelling at you guys to work for $20 a page or something like that.
Yeah, right. And she totally is. What a nightmare. The Don says, Hail CG and the Kings. These comics broke me. People are total idiots. A Mega Mission Primer drops October 23rd. Sci-fi superhero action. Get excited. Here's Renee. Hi, Renee.
Hello.
She says, even I have not managed to be as big of a bitch as this guy. Also, Fiendish 2 is closing this Friday, friends. Thank you for all the support. We will be closing that out right here on this channel on Friday, and I hope everybody comes out to support Irene Strakowski.
This stuff even happens it happens in Hollywood all the time. I had a conversation with Matt Groening, and he's the Simpsons guy, Futurama, and he told me when he made the cell for Futurama, at that moment in time, in that cell, he made more than he did the 20 years work. It's like selling the Simpsons to Fox. So he said, if Simpsons wasn't the success it was, he would have been broke. He wouldn't have got anything. And he said the
Yeah.
only reason he got the money he did is because of the duration it ran. But his deal was so fucked up that the only way he made money is over time. And then when he made his second cell, which was Futurama, he made a killing. But he had to take it in the butt to get there. So this kind of stuff happens all the time. You know, people get used, people have bad deals going into it. Like even musicians, a lot of time they have to give up their publishing to sign the deal. Like this is like standard stuff. You have to be smart.
So there's a lot of there's a lot of jobs that are called stepping stone jobs in any field. You know, it's the next job, and you hope to better yourself, get paid more money and stuff. This hashtag comics broke me is a lot of people saying that they slipped on that stepping stone. You know, they didn't get to the next job that made up for it, or it's a really weird hashtag.
It's good therapy, I guess, for these guys. You know, like it keeps them out of the hospital. I guess keeps them mentally
Oh my God.
sound. They get to vent. You know,
Look
all
at
of
Art
these
with the silver lining.
You know, but the thing
Not a
is,
hospital.
it
is
happens to
horrible
all of us.
therapy.
They're not the exception to the rule. They are the rule. This happens to everybody.
Right.
100%. Hey, listen, guys, you are the best. And what I like about ComicsGate is that everybody has an optimistic attitude, and people are just trying to do it on their own, because we can do it on our own. We don't need to depend on other people. You know, we don't need to demonize and you know, think poorly of people who are doing better than us. There isn't a whole lot of envy going on here. Tonight, for example, Eric July's ISOM, I believe, just hit $800,000.
Wow.
And that is an amazing thing. We want to tell him congratulations. And this is good for everybody. This kind of a thing actually does cause growth in a new industry. We want to see a skyscraper get built in our small western town. That's a great thing. And me and Shane got to participate. I'm sure John Malin will next time. He just didn't know that he could ask John. John isn't as approachable as me and you, Shane. Most people think John's going to hit him in the face if they, you go, John, hi, John Malin. I'm a big fan. And John, shut up. Like that's
Man.
That's what people think John's going to do, but he's not. He's going to say he's going to give you his rate, and you'll hopefully be able to work out an arrangement with him to get a cover, which will sell comics for you. Trust me,
But to be
I
honest,
know.
the rate, his high rate, will feel like a punch in the face.
That's
I
right.
hope so.
Or kicking the nut.
Yeah, I remember when I first asked John to do a cover for me, and all I could think about was how much higher his rate was than mine, and I just walked away bitter from the whole experience.
Comics broke Aaron Lepresti.
Yeah.
Comics broke.
Don't let them break you. ISOM's pre-order campaign live right now, and let me refresh this just so that we can see this beautiful number. Wonderful, $801,000 just passed over.
Wow.
At 10:44, and I'm, listen, I like to be right about things, so I'm hoping this does hit $1 million when it's midnight somewhere in the United States. I think it will. By the way, my cover, over 5,000 copies sold. Thank you, everyone.
Very popular.
That's a lot more than the A cover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's Kane and White's cover. I would say that a lot of these covers again. To be fair, I think 4,669 of my covers were also purchased by people who said, you know what, I want all of them. And they bought various packages. Like, I want everything on this campaign. I want 2 of this. I want this and that. I think 4,669 of my covers were that. Okay. But the other thing I want to say is that the remaining over 400 now copies were selected by individuals who only wanted to purchase 1 copy of the comic and had to make a choice. And they made the right choice, John. They made the right. Yes, they made the right choice in choosing cover B, which is the cover that I did for ISOM number 2. Thanks to everybody. Again, you can see the number clearly here. 2,000 copies sold of Kane and White's cover, 2,415 of mine. What's that, 415? I'm not good at math, John. What's the difference there?
415.
415 people out there.
No way I can ever catch up with that with my $100 price tag.
No, but we've excused you from the competition. Your book. Here's the truth, Shane. Your cover was chosen for foil. Your cover was. They looked at your cover and said your cover's excellent and it deserves special treatment.
To obscure the image.
Wow,
John.
I don't think that's the case at all.
Well, you lose all that detail when you go to foil, you know.
That is true. Every little mortar on the brick I drew, every little divot, it's all gone, John. I did it for nothing.
Well, I'm proud of you, Shane Davis. I'm proud of you because you're ComicsGate and you represent us, and I think you represented us really, really well with your cover. And God bless.
I just want to hear that from John.
Don't hold your breath.
Yeah.
Now.
John, I like compliments.
Yeah.
What does the next one?
looks pretty.
Oh, I told you those bricks were incredible. Incredible.
Nice job. Thank you, John. That was good of you, John.
From the heart.
Real big man thing to say there, John.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for watching tonight. It's 11 o'clock. John Malin's going to be doing post-Kangs, I believe.
Yep.
Carried over. Let everybody know. Retweet ISOM. Let's get ISOM to 1 million tonight in the next few hours.
Yes.
I think we can do it. Very exciting.
Right.
Thanks. And we will see you again next week for ComicsGate Kings. Same time, same channel. Bye.